Giggles.
Ah!
Where we're playing Paizo's Adventure Path Reign of Winter. If this is your first time joining us, do not fear. I will give a recap in just a minute of everything the party has been through already, and all of our other sessions, our previous sessions, are up on YouTube and VODs on Twitch. So if you want to, you can go back and watch those after seeing what we're doing here tonight. I don't think I have a lot before we get started. Hello, players. How are you doing? Is anything crazy happening in your lives?
Extraordinary is how I'm doing.
There
Good,
he is.
Ben.
There's
Good.
Ben Birch.
What about the rest of you?
Extraordinary.
It's been a good day, so
That's good. A
yeah.
good day is always a good thing. Jim, Candace?
So far it's been a good week. I think.
Okay.
What is it? Monday?
It's been one whole day.
Jim?
I don't know. It's fine. We're good. I'm fine. Things are fine here.
I think that's about the best we were going to get out of Jim. But with that, why don't we jump into a recap of what happened previously.
Okay.
Dun, dun, dun.
By and by, his hand began to feel numb. He rubbed it with the other hand, but it got colder and more numb every minute. He looked to see if the guards were coming. The road was bare as far as he could see. Then he leaned his head against the dike to rest his shoulder. And as his ear touched the dike, he heard the voice of the great sea murmuring. The sound seemed to say, I am the great sea. No one can stand against me. What are you, a little child, that you try to keep me out? Beware. Hans's heart beat in heavy knocks. Would they never come? He was frightened. And the water went on beating at the wall, murmuring, I will come through. I will come through and get you. Run. Run before I come through. Hans started to pull out his finger. He was so frightened that he felt as if he must run forever. But that minute, he remembered how much depended on him. Since the beginning of our adventure, the party was haphazardly thrown together in a small village called Heldren, near Borderwood in Taldor. Asked by the head of the town council to find a missing noblewoman, the adventuring party left for Borderwood, finding unseasonable weather there. They were attacked by an Arctic tatzelworm, winter-touched sprites, ice elementals, an ice mephit, and a small doll that almost killed a few members of the party. The adventurers were able to save the noblewoman and return her to safety in Heldren when they were asked to head back into the Deadly Wood as the winter weather was spreading. Find the source of the weather, save the town. After defeating Izos and Teb Naughton last week, the party discovered a portal spewing ice and snow into the wood. Then the Black Rider of Baba Yaga leapt through the portal asking for the adventurers' help. He had not long to live and gifted his mantle upon the party, faced with a need to save the world from a never-ending ice age. What do you do?
We
Read.
Comments.
We read some comments. Just wanted to say, if you are watching us over on Facebook, we are reading comments on Twitch. So if you want us to see what you've got to say, head on over to Twitch. But you can keep watching on Facebook if it's easier. I get it. What did you guys find?
Well, my
We-
crank
Go
says, just get Ben talking about how to use grenades in Starfinder and you'll get more out of Jim.
That is
Yeah.
true.
It was the interpretation of the rule that Ben thought was like, yeah, there's obviously a 25% chance every time you use this weapon that your character just dies. That's what the designers intended. I believe that. I was like, what? Absolutely not. You still get to throw the grenade, you ding dong.
I know. I was like, there's a 25% chance we're gonna blow up, and that's
will
like
say-
grenades are tricky.
I will say I have come up with a new, because I really like the grenades, but I also thought of something, I really liked how it was playing out. So I thought of something that I'm going to implement in the next Starfinder game.
I can't wait to hear it.
Oh no.
I bet it's like every time your character makes a perception check, they might go blind. Who knows? It's in the rules.
Oh snap! Oh snap! So let's move away from that real quick. So I'm not sure if I'm falling into a trap or something, because it seems that Crossbear has actually commented something nice about my character.
Oh no.
Crossbear is saying hashtags Team Soraya, go Katie, go. You can do it. Beat up GM Jamie. I'm rooting for you.
There's a
I
bunch
don't-
of sarcasm in there. I wouldn't
I feel
trust it.
that's a trap.
I
That
feel
is
like it's a trap. But you know what? It's okay. You know? It's okay.
Sure. We have about 1 million follows since the last
Ooh.
24 hours.
Oh yeah.
We're followed by 5 Hour, Rage Connoisseur, B Thresh, Fepacass, Eagle Has Landed. Oh, Eagle Has Landed. Lexi Rupp, Uncle Guspy, Gecko Nerd, Blimpy77, Epoch Jodo 1970, and Knack Samurai. Thank you.
We've also been cheered by Kitsu723 and Kitsu resubbed for the 22nd month.
Wow.
Yeah, that's pretty good.
We're-
Wow.
Just a couple more things I want to mention before we really get into things. Legend of Katie is hosting. Thank you, Katie.
Thank you,
You
Kate.
got it.
And also, Megan is not with us tonight. She was feeling very sick, and we decided it was better for her to rest for tonight, and she will be back with us hopefully next week.
Mhm.
Also, make sure you keep your eye out, I think, to this side of me. At some point during the show and in chat, you can find out ways you can donate money and bits and stuff and affect the players. Like the edges, sinks, mercies, all of it, even up to wild magic. So that's on you guys, yeah?
Jamie,
Now-
when you were talking, I really thought, I was like, what's in our apartment that I don't know about that I should be paying attention next to her?
Yeah.
She said that you can donate to affect the players, Ben. So you better watch out.
We also have an awesome comment from Dover Cook. I was on the Paizo website today and I saw the Twitch schedule, so I stopped in.
Ooh!
Thanks for
Hello.
joining. You're not going to
Welcome.
regret it. This is a fun campaign. Just you wait.
Just you wait.
All right. So the last time we played, the end of the session, there was a lot of information dumped on you guys at the very end.
Yeah.
Let's take some time here, out of character as players.
Mhm.
What are you thinking at this point?
We're all going to die.
How did I come to this?
Yeah, this guy has no clue. He's asking, like, peasants to go do a job, and, I mean, he like, go find somebody else, guy. All right?
It's too late.
It's
You're
too
going
late.
to deny a man's dying wishes?
No, I'm just saying he picked the wrong people. We're all gonna die.
Sure.
Man.
Jim, anything else to add?
Well, I think he picked the wrong people, but I don't think it's because we're gonna die. I just think we're not capable of doing what he wants us to do. He's all like, hey, go like save the queen of all winter and stop the destruction of the universe. And we're like bumbling around fighting snowmen and shit. Like, we can't do anything.
It's only my third
We-
day.
We had a heart-to-heart moment with a baby pine cone like 10 minutes ago. So.
You did.
I couldn't even grapple a troll, all right? Like, what does this guy think I can
Oh
do
my-
with Baba Yaga, all right? Come on.
So good.
So now let's jump into it officially.
Mhm.
And let me explain, because I talked to you guys last week after the show about what actually happened when the Black Rider of Baba Yaga gave you his mantle and made
Mhm.
all 5 of you Black Riders of Baba Yaga. Mechanically, this means you are favored servants of Baba Yaga now. You each gain a permanent increase of 2 points to 1 ability score of your choice.
good.
Well, Ben seems excited about that, but
I'm writing.
This manifests within you like a gesh-like effect, which basically means do it and everything's fine.
Mm-hmm.
But if you ever try to not do it, go directly against it, bad things happen. It's a blessing if you do it. It's a curse if you don't.
Oh dear.
Does a 20 give you a +5, or is it still a +4?
Plus
Five.
5, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. What do you have a 20 in now?
And whatever she had an 18 in before,
Yeah.
I'm
True.
gonna guess wisdom.
Nope.
No.
Charisma.
Yeah.
Charisma.
Yeah.
Yeah, I was going to do the same thing to my strength, which is at an 18.
Oh, wow.
What weird archetype did you take, Katie?
I'm just a druid.
Just a
But
Just
you're
a
a
druid.
You
living.
should be a
Jim,
wisdom-based caster. What are you doing?
don't worry about it.
Don't believe her. She is
Look,
not.
Thank you,
She
Drew.
doesn't have any wisdom. This is her first adventure. I couldn't stack up all the wisdom. Come on. And it's about the character and role playing.
Speaking of characters and role playing, let's chat as characters. You guys, this Black Rider just died in front of you and said, "You're in charge now. Go save the world."
Whoa.
Yeah.
I think
Oh.
that,
Are we ready?
are you?
No. I gotta be honest, I thought there'd be some sort of like rock in here or something that we could just break and then this cold would be gone and then, we'd be headed back to the tavern. This is a little different.
Yes. Well, what if we go through? Do we have enough supplies? Are you warm enough? Is everybody okay?
I think we're far from okay. We just had the foot of moss troll or whatever that thing is. And it's been snowing on us all night, which I don't have too much of a problem with, but we were talking about resting even before we got involved in all this. And I think that I'm not going through any portal until I've had at least one night.
Yes,
Well-
I agree with Skeslin. Also, this is sort of amazing, but very terrifying, and I'm very scared because this is only my 3rd day. And what if I can't do it? What if I can't be an adventurer? You guys are so much more experienced than I am, but it is very exciting.
Oh, well, adventuring's easy. You either do it or you die. That's pretty much it.
Right. She pulls out her pad and she writes, it's all been scratched out because Skeslin keeps changing his mind on his advice. But then she writes down, you either do it or you die.
Good advice right there.
You
Well-
know, I think we should rest.
All right. But let's rest and then go through quickly. I'm not sure we should be dawdling around here. And well, I'm a little bit anxious, you see, where Irrisen isn't where I'm from, where I was born. But it's close to it. And
Really?
if we have to jump through, we're so far away, I'm assuming that anything close is under direct danger. I'd like to get this taken care of.
I understand that. But I don't think that will be any help to anybody if we're exhausted.
Right. So
Well-
rest first.
Should we set up a watch?
Well, first we should find a place where we're not gonna freeze to death.
Can I do a perception check to see if there's anything nearby?
Sure.
And so Soraya was holding this man as he died. So I would assume since the time that happened to now, she would have like laid him down very carefully and had gotten up, and she's not just still holding a dead body like, I'm an adventurer. Okay, so that's going to be a 21.
21. You remember seeing back in the middle of these igloos here, there's actually an opening to a cave to the north of them that looks like it might provide some shelter for you if you needed to rest.
You guys, look! Do you see it? Just over there. It looks like a cave. Perhaps we could explore it and go inside, and it would be warmer, and perhaps we could rest there for the night?
Yeah.
If there aren't any monsters, of course.
Give me a few more seconds. I don't feel like I can fit through there quite yet. Jamie,
Right.
I don't have control to make Chip smaller. Can you?
I will make Chip smaller. Yes, because, oh boy, Chip was
Yeah.
It was big.
big. There we go.
Chip was big, and then he got small.
Oh, I'm still much bigger than you, Skesfun. Don't worry.
Well-
And Chip will make his way over to the front of that cave.
Yeah, we'll go over there too.
Astrid will hang out over here.
Sure.
Oh,
Two
Ooh.
bearskin rugs cover most of the damp floor in this cave, surrounded by crates, barrels, and other supplies. The ceiling rises 15 feet overhead, where icicles of frozen condensation hang from sharp stalactites. And sure enough, once you walk in, the wind is gone. It is a bit warmer, simply because, A, you don't have the wind coming at you that hard. There's no snow blowing far into the cave. This seems like it's a safe place to spend the night.
Jamie, I'd like to make a survival check if that icicle's going to come down and hit me in the middle of the night.
Sure. Make a survival check, Ben.
I rolled a 3 on the die. I got to tell you, that's a real way that people die in cold places, and it's nasty.
You got a 3 on the die.
Yeah, I got a 3 on the die.
That icicle is giving you the dirtiest look. You think it might attack you in the middle of the night.
Everyone, hang on a second. And he'll start throwing rocks or whatever he can up there to try and break down the icicles.
Yep, you take some time, but you're able to break down the icicles hanging in this cave.
Perfectly safe, everyone.
Hey guys, I just have to kind of chime in here real quick because we have some things happening over here. Dark Knight has donated $46, and I love this specific number. That would be an overcharge, a mercy, a sink, and an edge for Soraya.
Oh my goodness.
Man.
And on the flip side of that, Crossbones gave $12. Yep, so
Oh,
yeah.
I'm sorry.
what?
That's
Oh,
sinks for me.
Yeah.
Thank you, Crossbones. I appreciate it. I will use them well.
I love it.
As you guys settle into this cave to rest, to spend the night, you do find a few things.
Yes, things.
I love things.
You find 34 days worth of common meals,
Oh.
4 potions, 4 blue quartz stones, a silver diadem, a diamond, a jeweled necklace, a painting, 3 sapphire rings,
Hold on.
a decorative filigree longsword scabbard, and a small scrimshaw sculpture of dancing sprites surrounding a piping satyr. And here's what you probably want to write down, Ben. 2,457 gold, 3,313 silver, 1,760 copper. And if you want to know what the potions are, I need a spellcraft. And if you want to know what anything is worth, I need an appraise.
Jamie, I need you to repeat that whole list.
We can worry about that later.
Okay, the potions.
Potion will be spellcraft, yeah.
And appraise, okay.
I will spellcraft. 22.
These are 4 potions of Feather Step.
Feather Step.
And while you're thinking about that, Feather Step helps you not have to deal with rough, difficult terrain. You think, hey, that troll wasn't really affected by the heavy snow.
Yeah. Well, looks like there is one for each of us. I'm sure Miyuki doesn't want one because Miyuki is light as a feather on top of the snow. Right, Miyuki?
And Miyuki's like sitting in a corner looking at that spyglass that she took from the High Sentinel Lodge, like looking through it up at the ice and the dripping water.
Mm-hmm.
She's like, oh, no, y'all keep them. It's fine.
Love it. Should we appraise these suckers?
We certainly can. I mean, I can, but other people can.
I got a 5.
5 total.
For appraise? 18.
18.
Anybody got better?
Dorea, can you appraise or no?
No, I could try.
You want to?
Sure. Oh, that's a leaner. 16.
Okay. Soraya and Astrid, you two are looking at these things, and Chip is like, oh, this is gonna get us 1,000 gold pieces. And you're like, I think that's more like 100 gold pieces. But you guys get the relative amounts, total 9, 13, 14, 15, 16, about 1,650 gold with all this stuff.
Wow.
Obviously different things have different prices, but I'm just giving you, if you were to sell every single piece,
Everything.
That's about what you would get. We can talk about it later.
And none of them, nothing's magical. The rings aren't magical. No.
No. The only thing really of note is the painting. If anybody wants to roll a knowledge local, you could on this painting.
I have that.
I believe our resident bard would have that
I think
knowledge.
Miyuki's the only one.
I'll roll for her. Oh, you guys owe her a big ol' hug. She doesn't know how she remembers this because she doesn't really remember anything. But this is a painting of Whitethrone, which is the city you're headed to in Irrisen.
Oh.
Cool.
And you're also looking at the blue quartz stones, and you've seen a few of these on your travels so far. These are the ice diamonds.
Ice diamonds.
But with that, you have cleared out this cave. It looks safe. You can settle in, set up watch.
Ooh.
I'll watch first and let you all rest if you would like.
Sure. Thank you. I'll go next.
All right.
How's that?
And Miyuki will stay up all night.
All night.
No,
Right, Miyuki?
No, I like to sleep. I don't know if you know this, but we, Kitsune, we like to kind of twirl up in one little ball, And I usually snuggle with my drum. It's wonderful sleep. I need it a lot. So no, I will not be taking a watch.
All right.
Oh, I think he's just joking, because part of being an adventurer is obviously staying awake for your watch. It's the most exciting time. I'll go next.
What if we just hide the cave entrance with some snow and actually get a night's rest without having to worry about it too much?
Oh,
You got the ability. I mean, you want to like build up a snow wall there?
Yeah, sure, why not? It'll take a little bit.
All right. I like that idea.
yeah. That's
Let's
wonderful.
build a fort.
I
Sure.
love that idea.
Sorry. So you gather as much snow as you can, and you kind of pack it in and build up a little wall at the front of the cave.
So that no air comes in.
Well, I assume you build it up high enough so there's an opening at the top for air. But, you know.
I was all worried that the icicles were going to kill him in his sleep, but then he seals himself in an ice tomb and suffocates.
Oh, man. I love Chip so much.
But you guys do feel safe, especially now that you have this protection from the outside world, this swirling portal outside. Is there anything you'd like to do?
Chip will like pretend to go to bed, but he's still gonna like stay up a little bit and watch for a bit. But
I think Astrid has like maybe she's a little anxious and she wants to talk a little bit before going to bed. I think maybe she comes over to Chip and says hi.
oh hey Astrid, you did good today.
Oh, thanks, Chip. You too. So, how are you feeling
Well,
about what we're about to do?
I'm a little hesitant. I spoke my piece last week. I'm not sure that helping out Baba Yaga is really a good thing, but perhaps it's the lesser of two evils.
I'm not sure it is either. I can't believe we've gotten ourselves in this situation. I swore to my family and I swore to my father that I would never betray anyone of my tribe, and I would fight to the death to take out Baba Yaga and all of her ilk. You know that, you know who I work for?
No.
Well, you see, my father, Odgir, he was the right-hand man of the king, White Astrid.
Oh, right.
Well, he, a few years ago, he passed away, and my brother, he became the right-hand man, and now it's my duty, now that my brother is gone. I wish I was still there, but there is someone I must find before I can go back and do my job. I don't know what I'm doing here.
You know, answers are like sticks floating in a stream. They pass by every once in a while. But if you're quick, you can chase them down. And no matter where you go, that stream is always going to lead one place. Downstream. That's where all your answers lie.
Well, I suppose maybe if I have to head downstream, I should be so lucky to travel with you in this group.
Yeah.
Are you nervous about going back?
Well, I've never actually been in Irrisen.
Oh,
Just
Oh, no.
close by.
where exactly?
The realm of the Mammoth Lords.
Oh,
Yeah.
of course.
I traveled around there for a bit, climbing up the mountains. Every time you look towards Irrisen, you got a chill down your spine. It's not a place I'd like to go, but it seems we will.
Well, together. Yeah?
Yeah,
Oh, I'm glad we talked, Chip.
yeah, me too.
Maybe we should get some rest, huh?
Of course.
All right.
Skeslin, Soraya, are y'all talking about anything? Or are you just kind of in your own worlds?
I think Skeslin's just fine. Laying down, closing his eyes, kind of watching everybody else for a little bit. But I make no effort to reach out to anybody.
Yeah, and Soraya knows that lately Skeslin's been a little short with her. And basically told her not to be an adventurer, so I think she's just gonna kind of not know what to say to him and would just kind of be watching everyone to see what they do, so she can kind of mirror them, because that's what adventurers do. But yeah, she would probably just go to bed.
The night passes with no alarm, no concern. You awaken the next morning. You're able to focus on your spells and sharpen your blades. What do you choose to do?
Well, did we fully explore the area with all of the jutting ice crystals?
That is a swirling vortex. You assume that is the portal. That is the portal that the Black Rider leapt out of. Yeah.
Okay.
Soraya's gonna wake up and just be like, "Oh, you guys would never believe the dream I had last night. Oh, it was terrifying. There was this giant portal, and this guy came out of it, and then he was dying, and then he said, you guys are all going to be Black Riders. And we were like, what? This is only my third day. Oh, wow, it was crazy. And then we were going to go into a portal."
Are you going to tell her, or should I?
Well, kid, it's all true. And get ready, on your fourth day, we might meet Baba Yaga.
Yay!
I'm not sure if I'm happy that it was all real and not just a dream, but I am up for the adventure.
Good. We need you.
I think Skeslin is already, when everybody wakes up, he's already outside. He's just sort of sitting next to this portal, watching it, studying it, getting a feel for it.
Or
I think Astrid takes a nice stroll out here, sees Skeslin, and approaches. Skeslin, how are you doing this morning?
Fine. You all ready? Are we going to do this thing? I guess I was wrong, You said that we weren't going to go have tea and cookies with Baba Yaga, but here we are. I wonder if she's a good baker or not.
Do you really think she'll have cookies? That would be wonderful.
No, Soraya. Well, Skeslin, are you all right going through this?
Oh, fine. We signed up, right? That's what we all agreed to do. We just keep bumbling forward into whatever it is that happens. At this point, why not? Huh? After all, I'm not the one who's going to freeze to death if this all goes bad. You see all this? It doesn't even matter. I like it. You bumbling fools in your big old coats. I don't know how you're going to get through when things go real south. But I figure I'm going to be fine either way, so might as well come along and watch the show, huh?
Oh, I'm sure we'll do just fine.
And Astrid turns to Soraya and says, Have you noticed that Skeslin's a little bit
Cold.
different lately?"
Yes, I have noticed.
Right. Well, shall we go?
Miyuki, come on!
And you turn, and Miyuki's just standing right next to you.
Oh, hi. Well, it's a thing of beauty, isn't it? Something so powerful and scary. And yet, beautiful. Cannonball!
Just jumps right into it.
So Chip enters this swirling vortex.
Shall we go?
Miyuki takes off running, jumps right in.
Yeah, this is about the time that I'd tell you that if you wanted to turn back, you'd have a chance. But I think we've left all that behind when we signed whatever deal we did yesterday. So now it's only forward. Hope we don't die. And I'll step through the portal.
Through the portal you go.
Nervously, she'll step up there and kind of go to like answer him, but he's already gone through the portal, so she just has no one to like answer, and she's just like, you either go forward and you do it, or you die. Here we go. And she jumps in.
And Astrid walks up to it and looks around, taking in the surroundings for the last time, takes a deep breath and says, "Oh, gods, help all of us," and takes a step into it.
And with that, as you all step into the whirling vortex of ice and snow, it feels as if the ground is pulled from beneath you. You feel discomfort as your body starts to feel like it's made from putty and is being pinched and pulled in every direction. Just as a wave of motion sickness hits each of you, you feel ground beneath your feet again. You've been deposited on a forested hillside where you can see the faint and distant lights of a village miles away, but you're still far from the warmth of civilization. You take a look around and you also notice Miyuki is nowhere to be seen.
No.
And just to give you guys a little bit of a lesson on geography real quick.
Oh, yeah.
If you take a look at Roll20, you guys just were in this forested area way down in this southeast corner.
Mm-hmm.
Down here. And you're now up here.
Oh.
Thousands.
Ping it again?
Thousands and thousands of miles away from where you were.
I think we've crossed over 7 countries.
Holy mackerel.
Mhm,
Wow, okay.
mhm.
But you look around, Miyuki is not with you.
It'd be like waking up tomorrow in Panama.
But where did she go?
Miyuki!
Chip's just yelling at the top of his lungs to try and see if Miyuki's around.
And you hear no response.
What is it like where we are right now? Like, what is our surroundings?
As in Borderwood, snow covers the ground, reducing overland travel speeds by half, not 75%.
Okay.
It is, however, significantly colder here. The dry chill seems to almost penetrate the cold weather gear you're wearing, almost as if you didn't have such a kind GM, you would be making fortitude saves every 10 minutes instead of what should have been every hour. But your GM believes in you as players and wants to see you as heroes succeed and not freeze to death before the adventure gets good.
Oh!
We're supposed to say
Oh.
thank you.
Thank you, GM.
That's why you're the nice GM.
I like to think so. But it appears very much like exactly where you were.
Okay.
Would rolling a knowledge nature check tell me anything different about maybe creatures that live here or the type of foliage?
Without looking at something specific, you could roll knowledge local on the area.
None for me.
Miyuki!
Now we
Still
can't
no
even use her.
Well, we
But
gotta go
I
find
will-
her.
I will let you guys roll a survival check.
Yeah.
15.
And
Fail.
15.
16.
Saraya and Astrid, you are both looking around trying to find any sign from Miyuki that she made it through the portal. I mean, Astrid, Skeslin, and Saraya saw her jump through.
Mm-hmm.
You don't see any prints on the ground. You don't really hear anything out of place. But you do see a snowstorm coming.
Oh no.
Uh-oh.
And it looks like it could severely hamper your travel. And you think that if Miyuki has any intelligence at all, that she would be headed for that village, which is probably the only place you could get to before this snowstorm hits.
I think we gotta go to the village regardless of whether we think that's where Miyuki went, because it doesn't do anybody any good for all of us to get caught in it.
Let's make a trek.
Yes, I think so.
So you start through the woods. You're stumbling through the snow drifts, and about an hour down this trail, you begin to hear voices and the sounds of a fight up ahead. Screams of terror and loud hissing guide you to a fight.
Oh boy.
First off, would you like to just approach the fight, or are
No.
you trying to hide and sneaky?
Scope it out. Sneaky.
Yep.
Sneaky.
Sneaky.
I've learned.
She's,
learned
she's taken after my own heart.
Yeah, I pull out my sheet of paper and I kind of turn to Skeslin and it says like, be quiet when approaching. And so I'm
With
like
one cross through it, and it's like half erased.
yeah, it's like, yeah, exactly. Because he changed his mind and she's
Mhm.
not really sure, but she kind of looks at him like, this one, right? Yeah, okay.
So you hear these screams and hissing, and you attempt to sneak up on whatever is happening. I need everyone to roll a stealth check.
but Chip's looking at Astrid and he's wiping at the barrel and he's like,
Should we put it on?
Oh,
Ready?
yeah.
Are you ready? Are you ready for this?
and so sneaking up,
Bill, wait until the last second.
Okay.
I actually did pretty good on stealth. That's a 14 on the die, so a 13 total.
13. All right. How did everybody else do?
I got a 12.
Dirty 20.
Ooh.
Well,
There you
I
go.
mean, you're sneaking up on a combat, and usually those involved in the combat are pretty focused on the combat. So you sneak up, and no one really notices you. What you see, you find a group of travelers that have come under attack by a creature. I'm going to show you what it looks like on roll 20. Oh, this is what the creature looks like from the bestiary.
Yes.
But this creature in Reign of Winter is some of the most iconic imagery to me. In fact, I think it's our background, and I want to show you that as well.
Oh.
I'm gonna
those are some
ride
of
it.
Huh.
Those are some of the iconic characters from Pathfinder fighting this character,
Wow.
or this
And
creature.
Immediately, Chip's like, "Here we go," and he wipes it underneath Astrid's eyes and wipes it underneath his eyes and just goes, "Yeah!"
And he yells and charges in.
Would you like to know what you also saw, like the rest of the scene, or
I
you
don't
Yeah,
think
you
he
don't
before he
cares.
goes-
I don't.
He just
think
saw a
I-
big
Oh,
bug.
yeah. Big bug.
He
Big
looked at
bug.
those big hugging
Big bug.
arms and thought to himself, "This is the creature for me."
Oh, yuck.
Well, before we roll initiative, let's take a look at chat. How about that? Huh?
Ah!
Just you know, building up some tension. It's fine. Let's see what chat has to say, you guys.
Oh, there was a funny comment earlier, and now I lost
Evil
it.
Bag of Bones says, Jamie, you know, anytime someone yells, someone can hear that.
Someone doesn't have to be who they think they want to hear it.
True.
Oh.
True.
It's Lucas Martinez says, turns out all the screaming and hissing is just a Bravo Real Housewives reunion show. Those ladies are vicious.
Oh no. Let's see.
Dover Cook says, Taldor to spoiler in no time flat.
Oh, let's see what's happening.
Let's see.
Oh, we've had a couple of follows. Dover Cook and Evil Bag of Bones, both of you. Sub from Evil Bag of Bones, and cheers from Dark Knight. Thank you all. Hey.
Crossbones also donated $21 to give Jamie an edge, a sink, and a mercy.
Ah,
Nice.
Oh.
I'm very excited about this.
Nobody is liking us today. We are going to die.
Also, Dark Knight got the BBBB to give an extra action to Katie.
yeah!
Soraya.
Those are my favorite.
All right, you guys. I think it's time we roll initiative.
Oh dear. Oh dear.
Surely.
If Chip is just gonna hustle on in,
Oh, yeah.
Hold it at 20.
Wow.
alrighty. Let's get
22.
22 for Soraya.
11.
11 for Chip, Astrid,
19.
12. Oh.
and 19 for you, Skeslin.
Yes, that's correct.
Alrighty, let me get my things in order here. That means, Soraya, you're going to be up first.
So I'm watching Chip just go barreling in there. Sorry, I think Ben had a question.
Do I get my surprise round to run up in there?
I'm going to say no, because combat has already begun,
All right.
and a surprise round has already been used.
Okay. All right.
Soraya, it is your turn.
I'd like to run on in there, and I would like to attempt to use an ability that I have,
Okay.
where I can convince this creature that there is food, a potential mate, or a predator nearby. So it basically works like a bluff check. And I would roll a d20 and add a bunch of stuff.
Okay.
So I would like to run in there, and I don't really speak this language, but I think I would like to just make a silly noise or something that made it sound like there's a predator nearby. I don't necessarily need to run up in there because I just want to get a little bit closer so that this creature could hear, but not
Sure.
necessarily see me.
You guys are probably 90 feet away at this point.
Oh.
This is where you were like stealthing to get a view, and Chip just was like, nope, I'm running. So you're 90 feet away. You could move up, I believe, and still cast, right? Would that be in range for you if you moved
This
up?
actually isn't a spell. It's just an ability.
Then yeah, let's do this.
All right, so it works as a bluff check. So d20. Okay, that's going to be an 18, plus my druid level, so 20, and my charisma modifier 5. So that's going to be a 25.
Wow.
But it says a wild animal who are usually suspicious will take a -5 penalty to my check.
Okay. What you notice as you get this ability going is that this creature already seems scared and hungry. In fact, you now notice that it has one of the men of the traveling group in its mandibles, and the man is unconscious. Now, would you like to hear what the rest of the scene is, or you want to just keep Ben.
Well, I
I'm
mean,
looking at
Ben
But,
wants
Katie,
to know.
the ability seems like this creature believes it's hearing something,
Mm-hmm.
but it was
Yeah.
already in a state of panic, so it might not be affecting it as much as you think it would have.
Okay. It says it can take up to a minute to influence the animal.
Okay.
But yeah, that's
Okay.
what I want to do.
I'll keep you updated on that. Skeslin, it is your turn.
We're 90 feet away from this, so
Yes.
I see Chip is about to just go barreling forward.
Yeah.
So I'll just roll my eyes and start making my way forward. I mean, I'll just take the whole round to move.
Awesome.
Because I gotta get a lot closer.
Cool. Astrid.
Yeah, I gotta get closer too. I'd like to take out my axe and move the 10 feet. Is it?
Was your movement speed 30?
Yeah.
So taking 2 move actions, you'll be able to move up 30 feet.
Oh, okay. Then yes, that's what I want to. I'm writing this down so I don't forget. Yes, that's what I need to do. Yeah.
Okay. Chip, it is now your turn.
Now, when we wiped that under the eye, I was giving Astrid a strength surge, just to let you know. And
You want to let us know what that does?
Yeah. So, Jamie, we talked about this. It adds a plus. Right now, it adds half of my level to a strength check.
Mm-hmm.
But it doesn't have a time limit. So I was just gonna the next one, and it would be used up. Is that cool?
I'm gonna say her next, whatever she uses strength on.
Right. That's what I was thinking as well.
Yeah.
Awesome. Thank you.
And of course, I put it on my eyes too. But I'm gonna full on run times 4.
Run.
Can I overland? Can I run it? It'll only get me 60 feet. I'm still 30 feet away.
You know what? Yes.
Nice.
Yeah. I want to see Chip just plowing the snow out of the way, creating overspray.
He's just charging through it like a snowplow. Yeah.
All right. It is this creature's turn.
Oh dear.
And the first thing it does is actually it bites more into the man it has in its mouth. And it's gonna deal some damage to him.
Oh no.
All right, and you just see a spray of blood from this man as this creature just kind of crunches into him even further. And then you see her. What you had seen, if you were paying attention, was 4 men, a woman, and 4 dog sleds laden with gear and stuff. And the creature obviously had attacked and grabbed one of the travelers. And these peasants were trying to drive this creature away, but were no match for it, except for one. This woman appears to be yelling to the other travelers to stay back and to find cover. And she levels her crossbow at this creature and takes a shot at it.
Oh.
And she hits.
Nice.
He pegs this creature right in its neck after she sees it take a bite at her friend, her companion. Oh, and she seems to have dealt quite a bit of damage to it. And then we go back to the top of the round, Soraya.
Oof. Well, I feel like witnessing all of this has been very crazy for her.
In fact, if you don't mind, Soraya, I'll interrupt again and show you what this woman looks like.
Oof.
Over on Roll20.
Ooh.
Whoa, nice hat.
She's got this. Why are we even here? She should be the Baba Yaga's Black Rider.
Yeah.
Let's pass on the
But
mantle.
she is not. Soraya, what would you like to do?
Well, seeing as my attempt to scare this creature off didn't work, I'm going to cast a firebolt Or attempt to.
Firebolt. All right. You are still 90 feet away, if that matters.
Oh, it does, yeah. I will move up within 30 feet.
That you would only be able to move 30 feet per round right now.
Right, okay.
Yeah, you're
right.
moving at half speed.
Okay, then I'll just move up 30 feet and that will be my turn.
Okay. So you are within 60 feet of it. Skeslin, it is your turn.
I'm still too far away, so I gotta take another full round action to double move up. And then next round I can start doing exciting things.
So you are within 30 feet of this creature at this point, yes?
That would put me at 30 feet.
At 30 feet,
yeah.
yes. And then we are to Astrid.
I'm gonna have to do the same thing.
You
full
are
round action.
30 feet from this thing. Chip,
Yep.
Yeah.
What do you
oh,
do?
Yeah. I can't. I don't think I can run up there and attack it because it's going to take me a full move action to get up there. But I'm going to full on get up there and right up in its face, and I'm going to look at it and I say,
Now listen, you put him down, or I'm gonna punch you.
okay. And you're talking to this thing. Alrighty.
Yep.
Put him down, or I'm gonna punch you. Yeah. It hears that,
Okay.
and it doesn't understand it.
Well, I'm gonna punch him.
Oh, you.
I mean, I
right,
can't.
Right.
But next time.
Eventually, he's
Mm-hmm.
going to punch it.
All right, because it takes another bite out of the guy in its mandibles right now.
Oh no.
They're gonna have some problems.
Oh no.
Yeah. Oh boy, oh boy, oh boy. Alrighty. That guy does not look good as like you hear bones crunching at this point. You're not sure how much longer this guy has to live. And it is this woman's turn again, and she loads and levels a shot at this thing, trying to get her men out of the way, trying to get this thing to put this guy down. Woo! And she's gonna hit again.
nice.
I like her.
Yeah, me too.
Yeah.
And it doesn't seem like her shot actually does as much damage this time, but still a hit. We are back to the top of the round with Soraya.
Oh, jeez. I guess I'm just gonna use my turn to move up another 30 feet.
Sure. You are now at 30 feet from the creature.
Yeah, I can't do anything else because that was a full action, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Skeslin.
All right, Skeslin's in range to level his hand at this creature and sort of draw in some of the cold, chilly wind that blusters about, and I focus it into a thin blue beam that lances out at this giant mantis creature. And as a ranged touch attack, I unleash a bolt of cold, and that is a total of 17 against touch AC.
Nice.
Touch AC, huh?
Uh-huh.
Yeah, that's gonna do it.
All right, that
Oh.
deals 3 points. Cold damage.
Full damage. Ooh, all right. We move on to Astrid's turn. Astrid, you're 30 feet away from this thing.
Astrid looks over at the woman and starts to notice something very familiar about her. Red hair, tall, big axe. She might be an Ulfin. She calls to her in common, "Is there anything that I can do?"
And she looks at you as she's like loading another bolt in her crossbow, and she just looks and she goes, "Yeah, kill it!" And
And I'm gonna say, "Right, I'll go around back." So she starts to head sideways toward full round action, moving around to the back of this creature.
okay. Alrighty, you get about halfway there this turn, so you're
Okay.
not quite to flanking.
Okay.
And you would end up flanking with Chip
With
because
Chip?
he's
Okay.
the one in melee. Just so you know.
Yes, thank you.
Speaking of Chip, you told the creature to put this guy down. It didn't. You said, I'm gonna punch it. Do you?
But he looks at it and he goes,
Ho, 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 ho. Come and know me better, man.
and he reaches up and he just grabs it.
You grab it.
Yeah.
Okay, grab away.
15.
15 is not gonna do it.
Oh!
Sorry.
All right. All right.
You did take the feat that makes it so that you don't provoke attacks of opportunity.
Yes,
when
I
you're
did.
grappling, right?
I
Okay,
am
just
the
checking.
grappler. I've
I mean, you
got
didn't
improved
take
grapple
knowledge
and improved-
religion, so I
I've
just
got
wanted to make
improved
sure.
unarmed strike, improved grapple, jam.
Well,
Oh.
with that, this thing takes notice of you
Yeah.
and puts down the man in its mouth
Thank you.
and takes a bite at you, Chip.
Good. All right.
Ooh. Ooh, ooh. Where is it? That's a 14 on the die.
Okay.
Let me see what the total is going to be. Sorry, this is a different. There it is. 19 total.
Yeah, that's a hit.
Yes. Alrighty. It has this wonderful thing in mandibles. You're going to take 3 points of damage as it picks you up in
Yes.
its mouth and
All
attempts
right.
to like chomp on you.
Well, it's got to make a grapple check.
Well, that's an 18 on the die.
Okay.
Plus 11.
Yeah.
It's 29.
Don't worry, everybody. I'm in control.
He says as he's like being grabbed and lifted into the air. And a little chomping is happening. It is this woman's turn again, and she just is loading this crossbow again. It's all she feels she can do at this point to keep everyone safe, and she hits again. And you see this arrow shoot out of her crossbolt and kind of like nicks into the back of one of the joints in this creature's leg. And it looks like she's dealing some massive damage to it. It is Soraya's turn. Soraya, what are you doing?
I can finally do something. I'm going to hit it with a firebolt.
Firebolt. Let's
Yes.
see it.
All right, so that is going to be a ranged. Ooh, all right, so that's 14, 15, 16, 17.
Against touch AC?
Yes, ranged touch.
That hits. Roll some
Oh.
damage.
Yes. All right.
Jim-
6! 6 points of damage.
6 points of damage. And this thing is still standing. Skeslin.
Ah.
What do you do?
You gotta just keep shooting at it. So I will level another elemental ray. And that is going to be 15 against touch AC.
That hits. This thing's big. It's pretty easy to hit with a touch AC.
Another 3 points of cold damage.
And it starts to kind of waver on its legs. I don't know if you'd call them feet, but on its legs, kind of tottering around now. Astrid, you could take a swing, or you could get back into a flanking position. But flanking would take all of your movement to get there.
Is there any way for me to, like, if this is him and this is his head, for me to run up his body and take a swing from there?
Yes.
Or is me moving the 15 feet and moving up him one round?
Candace
Or
is
full
my
round.
friend. Candace
You know
is
what, Candace?
friend?
Huh.
There is no facing in Pathfinder. So there is no reason its butt wouldn't be right by you. Run up its back. Roll an acrobatics check.
Oh no.
I didn't think this would be difficult.
Oh
A
no.
14.
able to make it up.
Oh, okay. Wow. Okay.
Take a swing.
Can I take a swing?
Yeah,
Okay, so
why not?
So she sits down between its like where its neck is, or where it connects to the rest of the thorax. She wraps her arm around like this, and she's gonna usually like her axe is like this. Take the handle, turn it upside down, and swing down like into its chest to hit it. Does that work?
Beautiful. Yes. Roll me an attack roll.
Okay. 18.
That hits.
Oh, come on. Be my friend. And that is an 8 points of damage.
You see Astrid run up from like the ground up this ramp of this giant creature's back and just kind of like choke hold it and swing her axe into it. And it's a little bit like Star Wars where the AT-AT's like knees give out and this thing just comes crumpling to the ground. Chip,
Yeah.
because you were in the mandibles, what?
I punch it.
No. I was gonna say, as it falls, it releases you.
Yeah.
Roll a reflex save for me.
Okay.
You two,
That's
Astrid.
a natural 1.
Me too. Astrid. Let's see here now. 9.
A natural 1 will definitely fail.
Yeah. Chip, you're gonna take 3 points of falling damage.
Okay.
As this thing releases you and like crumples to the ground. And you, Astrid, are only going to take 1 point as you lose footing and hold of this creature. But you've killed this thing.
Oh!
Yeah!
It's dead.
And then I go over and I punch it.
Punch it.
I said, I told you I would punch you.
I would like to go over to the woman. And I want to be like, "Whoa, you were amazing!"
Thank you. We didn't see it coming, but I'm sorry. I need to take care of my men. If you don't mind, just one. And she runs over to the man that's unconscious and bleeding out on the ground, and you see her like start to pull things out of her pack and start to like try to wrap him up. And
It's okay. Hang on 1 second.
And Chip will run over there and cast Stabilize on him. Is he dead?
No, he is not dead. He does not look good, but he's not dead. Thank you. I guess that's the least I can say for your timely assistance. I am Nadia Petska. We're from Waldsby, the village just over there, and she points towards the lights you saw from the hilltop, the village you were headed to.
Oh, yeah. Where's that?
Waldsby?
Waldsby. Yeah.
And she's pointing kind of to the northeast of where you are in the woods right now.
I think what he meant to say was, "Hi, I'm Soraya. This is Chip, Scaslin, and Astrid. It's nice to meet you."
I wouldn't say my name's Soraya. That's...
Well, no, of course. But you didn't introduce us.
Oh, hi, yeah.
Hello. Like I said, I'm Nadia. I'm sorry, this may seem forward, but you four don't appear to be from here. Come with us. My men and I will provide what we can to you. Blankets, food, shelter. I don't think we're going to be able to outrun this storm tonight.
Are any of your people injured?
Only this one.
All right, come on.
And Chip will bring him over to his side and walk away from the giant praying mantis and channel positive energy, giving the man back 4 points of healing.
He still seems unconscious. He was very bad off. But it does seem like with a night's rest, he would be able to recover.
Ah.
Nice.
Thank you. If you would like, you're more than welcome to stay with us for the night, and we can guide you into Waldsby tomorrow if the storm passes. No one unfamiliar with the Horwood Forest would be able to make it without a guide. Once you reach town, you'd be able to find anything you need.
Sure, sounds like a plan.
And Nadia gathers her men and the dog sleds and begins their travel. And do you follow?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Yes.
Oh, yeah.
It doesn't take long as this storm starts to overtake the forest. She finds a cave in kind of a cliffside in the forest, big enough for all of you, and they begin to make camp there. Chip,
Yeah.
you've been kind of holding on to the inventory for the group that hasn't been dispersed, correct?
Right.
As you're walking, you start to hear a rattling from your bag.
I'll look for it.
And as you open your bag and go to look for what is making this sound, you see a gem fall to a side.
Hmm.
And you
All right.
feel almost drawn to this gem.
It is detect magic.
Oh, it's magical.
Spellcraft.
Sure.
Okay. Oh, all right. Oh, good. Thank you. Dirty 20.
You don't know a lot, but you know that this is a soul gem.
Where did we find this soul gem?
I guess
You-
the eye of the doll that we took.
You are correct, Skeslin. There was a gem in one eye and a mirror in the other.
Does anyone know what a soul gem does? Because we have one.
Well, Chip, you
Yeah.
would know that you can cast a spell and draw the life force of a creature into a gem, binding it to the gem as a kind of a focus. The body, the physical body, would then die, but the soul is captured in the gem.
I didn't do that.
Can we release the soul?
You can. You would know that once the spell expires, the soul would be released to travel on to judgment in the great beyond. It takes more, but you could actually resurrect a body whose soul is trapped in a soul gem as well.
Whoa.
This is, everyone, I'm learning a massive amount of information at one point, and my brain feels like it's ready to explode. But we have a person or a thing trapped inside this little gem. I'm pretty sure, Skeslin, as you pointed out, it was from the doll. It might be the soul of that little girl.
That's awful. To live forever within that gem?
Right. So there's a chance that later on we could resurrect her or reincarnate her. But I don't know what to do with it right now.
I think we're making an awful lot of assumptions about what kind of soul is trapped in that there gem. Because if I remember correctly, that doll did try to murder us.
Mm-hmm.
Hello?
You got anything, Chip? No?
Hello? And he'll put it up to his ear. I'm hearing something. I'm hearing something.
Oh. Ah!
Come on, Chip. You're embarrassing us in front of our hearty new friends.
Oh, it was just a bit of fun. We have to have fun.
Well, I say you keep it nice and safe somewhere.
Right, and I will.
Well, you follow Nadia and her men, and they make camp in this cave out of the winter storm. The cave is a little bit deeper, a little bit wider than the last one you rested in. So there's no need to build a snow wall this time.
But what if we want to?
You build a snow wall.
Yes.
But it seems like these travelers are just setting up camp, they're not asking anything of you at this point. They've started a fire, they've set out bedrolls, they've pulled out extra blankets for you at this point. And there's like 20 dogs in this cave with you as well.
Okay.
Well, we know where Chip's going.
To the dog.
No, I thought you were going to say Soraya. I thought Soraya
Yeah,
would be like in a pile of puppies.
I am. I absolutely am.
Both of them gone.
And Chip tries to come over here, and I'm like, oh, I just don't think there's enough to share. Sorry.
He lays down on the ground, and all the dogs just start climbing all over top of him. He's so
No.
big.
No, they're not.
Five.
I'm talking to them in their dog language.
And they're like, this big guy is so much fun. I'm gonna do a dog voice. They're like, we love the big guy.
Oh, you're gonna do the dog voice. No, instead, Soraya, you start talking to these dogs, and these dogs are like, we love the snow. Do you like the snow? I love the snow. Look, I'm gonna go run in the snow. And like one of them takes off out into the snow and like rolls around in it and like is wiggling on its back in the snow. And Nadia's like, Skip, come on, come back. And he comes running back in, shakes all the snow off, like dampens the fire a little bit. And Nadia shoos him back to the end of the cave with you.
And I'm like, it's okay, Skip. I like the snow too.
I like snow. Hey, do you like snow? And like now all they're talking about is snow amongst themselves.
I love these dogs. But Chip will walk over to Nadia,
Mm-hmm.
and he'll ask her,
Just to verify something for me here.
Sure.
Are we in Irrisen?
How long have you been traveling? Yeah, you're in Irrisen.
We've been traveling for not that long. In fact, we left yesterday. Or I mean, I guess today. Yeah, we went through a portal.
I'm sorry, you went through a portal.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah, so we're here to stop the crazy cold from happening all over the world.
Can you stop it here in Irrisen too? I mean, we'd love a summer.
That I don't know if I'm allowed to. I don't know, all these things are all very strange for me right now, but
Are you okay? Do you just need to lie down for a minute? I'm not sure you're speaking clearly. I'm not able to understand you.
oh no, I'm perfectly fine. I'm sorry. I'm sometimes I get a little ahead of my thoughts, and then I have to go chase them down. But we're here to help is the main point. And if Walsby is where we're sent, we need to know where there's a tower.
A tower? What kind of tower?
Well, we're looking for a big tower.
you say it was a red tower? Pale tower.
We're looking for the Pale Tower.
And with that, you see her eyes kind of widen for a second, and she turns to one of the men. And I don't believe you speak this language, Chip, but I'm 95% sure Astrid does. Astrid, you're able to understand Nadia when she turns to one of her men and says, they're looking for the Pale Tower. I don't know if this is a good idea anymore. And she'll turn...
Oh.
Can I roll a linguistics check to see what language that is?
Sure.
Yes, Jim Jam. A point in linguistics.
Cool you are.
That's a 13.
13. I mean, this language is probably... You're able to identify it as Scald.
Oh,
So,
scald, huh? So, aggressive language you're speaking.
Well,
and then Astrid steps forward and in Scald says, Nadia, may I speak with you in private?
and she kind of nods and takes a step away from the group.
So, you're one of mine, huh?
One of
Ulfin.
yours. Oh, yes, I am Ulfin.
You live here in Waldsby all your life?
Yes. I'm sorry, why am I the one being questioned?
I'll tell you anything you want to know, Nadia. It's been a very long time since I've seen any Ulfins except for myself.
Well, what I want to know is why you're bringing trouble to Waldsby. Why you're after the Pale Tower. You're just going to bring more trouble for us.
No, you're wrong. We're trying to do what's right. I know we look like a strange, kind of weary group of travelers, but we're here to do good. But what I'm about to say, well, I serve as the right-hand man of White Estrid. I need you to know that. My father was Odgir the Great. We are looking for any sign of where Baba Yaga might have gone. Do you know anything?
I'm sorry, you're looking for Baba Yaga?
No, just maybe where she might have gone somewhere. Also, you're so loud. You're so loud.
I don't know why you're here. All I'm trying to do is keep my people safe. I go on week-long trips to gather all of these supplies to pay basically a tax to the White Witches, to Vasilyovna, in the Pale Tower, and here you come looking for the Pale Tower and asking about Baba Yaga. And you think I'm not going to worry about it?
Well, I'm not asking you to worry about it. I'm just asking for your help. Okay. You heard of a man named Lothard, by any chance?
No, I don't know any Lothard, no.
Well, thank you for your help, Nadia. Is it all right with you if this group travels with you into Wildsby? I promise you we mean no harm.
Yes, I apologize as well for my reaction. The past few years have been very hard on us. And
Yes.
if you're here to do what you say you're going to, find Baba Yaga.
Yes.
Then yes, you can travel with us.
Oh, thank you, Nadia. I appreciate it. And Astrid goes back to her group. Well, I didn't think that was going to go very well, and it did not. But we can travel into Waldsby tomorrow with this group.
Did you get the location of the Pale Tower?
No, not so much. She's also very upset that we're looking for Baba Yaga. So
I didn't say that any of that.
One thing that we might want to consider as we go tramping about these lands is not telling every single person we meet that we're looking for one of the most notorious witches in all the land. You know, they might not take kindly to it. For
Soraya
one
writes
reason
that
or
down
another.
in her notebook.
Well, you certainly do have a point there, Skeslin. She's very upset because her people have to pay a tax to the Pale Tower on a consistent basis, and she thinks that we're on Baba Yaga's side.
Well, did you tell her that we're probably going to rip the Pale Tower down stone by stone?
Maybe I should have led with that.
Yeah, maybe you should have led with that.
Yeah.
Well, no, again, I think you're forgetting how this whole intrigue things work, see, because people
Right.
could be on their side, and if we tell them that we're going to rip the Pale Tower down, then they, imprison and kill us and torture us and, all that kind of thing. So maybe we just don't mention that.
If you're gonna rip the Pale Tower down stone by stone, absolutely, you've got my support.
I'm going to rip the Pale Tower down stone by stone.
You should have led with that.
Okay.
You're right. I'm real good with my axe and not the words. So.
Yes, you are right that most people probably would not welcome those words, but I do.
All right, then.
Here, you might want to change clothes. And she hands you what looks like extra sets of what is basically a traveler's outfit, but it is a distinctly different fashion than what you have been wearing in the South. She gives you basically northern traveler outfits.
Cool.
And she says, it is dangerous up here, and if anyone saw you in those clothes, you would be taken and questioned for sure. So please, be careful.
Oh, thank you. Well, what is there to say now? How do we find this Pale Tower? How do we feed Baba Yaga?
Well, Waldsby, I think, is the first step. We should try to go into the town and figure out how the rest of the town folk feel about the Pale Tower without being too crazy about it, Skeslin. All right? Don't try to go in there, Skeslin, and be like, oh, hey, we're looking for the Pale Tower. Oh, we got Baba Yaga on the mind, Skeslin.
Right, good advice. Write that down, Soraya.
Oh, yes.
I'm just joking, Skeslin. But we'll go ahead and do a little investigating. Find out what we need to know. Because I don't think running and jumping onto a tower and grappling it is really going to work.
Well, now that might be the smartest thing I think I've heard you say the entire time I've known you, Chip. Write that down, Soraya. You can't hug a tower to death.
Yes.
But you guys have the night now. If you have questions for Nadia about the town before you get there, if you have any other questions now that she knows pretty much what side you're on, she seems more willing to answer questions for you. They've started creating dinner, and laying out bedrolls and stuff. I mean, it's not quite nighttime, but the snow has come in and there's no longer light in the forest.
Nadia, what's the size of the town? I've never been to Irrisen before, so I'm curious.
I mean, we're just a small village. There's not many of us, mostly some merchants, some, I guess you could call them farmers. There's only 2 main roads in town, really.
So we've already tipped our hand quite a bit, and you know which side we're on. Is there anybody in town that, wouldn't take kindly to that kind of news, do you think?
Oh, I'm sure there's plenty. Especially if the guards are in town. We do have Pale Tower guards come through every once in a while to take the tax, the donation, whatever these supplies are. And there are those who harbor feelings of gratefulness towards them. They think that they supply some kind of defense for us, but really all they do is take from us.
Just one more thing about that old giant bug that we were fighting. Is that something you find common up here? Or is that something maybe you haven't seen before until recently?
I have never seen whatever that thing is. All I know is it ran out from the trees and grabbed one of my men.
You know, where we're from, we were starting to see some mighty strange creatures ourselves. Things that weren't native to the lands and things that seemed to be transplanted, so to speak. So I'm wondering if perhaps these portals are letting through not just winter, but beasties too.
Well, if what that fella had to say is true, they'd let through you. And she gives you like a knowing smile.
The most vicious monsters in the land currently.
And with that, she takes a flask from her belt and kind of like raises it to you and takes a sip and offers it to you guys.
Oh yes, I'll take a drink to that.
Oh, don't worry, I've got my own right here.
And you guys continue talking with Nadia and relaxing. Soraya's still playing with puppies when you hear a voice from the entrance of the cave. Hello? Hello? Would you mind sharing your shelter? And you see this creature walk through.
Oh!
Wow!
What's the password?
I guess you'll have to ask that after we take our mid-show break.
She's amazing.
I have so many questions now.
Oh boy. Oh boy.
Well, you're gonna have to wait for answers.
No.
Sorry.
Oh, I don't want to.
Hey, it is Jim Rodehaver. I play Escalation on the DAT Network's Crits and Giggles show, the Reign of Winter campaign that is being run by our awesome GM, Jamie Mills Birch. It is a super good time, and I was going to tell you a little bit about Escalation. Escalation is an Undine sorcerer with the elemental bloodline. I'll leave it up to you to figure out which element that he is tied to, but let's just say that the unnatural winter that has been sort of growing and plaguing the land has been actually kind of good for Escalation. His powers have grown. He always had like a small trace of magic, but it isn't until recently that he's actually been able to expand his powers and really become a sorcerer as you think of them, as like an adventuring sorcerer. Though he never really wanted to be an adventurer. He would much rather live a life of quiet and luxury. He does travel a lot. He doesn't really like to put roots down in any one place, but he certainly doesn't necessarily gravitate towards the danger that the adventuring life brings. Escalation is, I typically play a very good characters, very morally correct characters that want to, give everybody a second chance. And we don't kill the bad guys. We always let them have a chance to redeem themselves. Whereas Escalation is a character that I decided was not going to be like that. I don't think he's evil, but he certainly does cross lines that I think a lot of people would look at and say like, oh, this guy, I don't know about him. But at the end of the day, what he's really most concerned about is keeping himself and his friends safe and alive in really dangerous times. And he has a very pragmatic view about how to do that. And sometimes that means making what he thinks others might consider hard decisions, but he doesn't really have too much of a problem making them. In terms of the other people in the group, I think that he has the deepest connection to Soraya, our druid. And it's because when he was young, growing up, nobody ever looked up to Escalation.
he was always the oddball out. He was always an oddity in his village. There were no other Undines. Nobody even knows where that strange elemental bloodline like came from. And he's this bright blue kid growing up in a fishing village of mostly humans, and they didn't know what to do with him. So he was never looked up to, never seen as an example for anything. But then Soraya comes along, and she's like takes to him and thinks that he's some mighty adventurer that he, and then she's gonna like follow his lead. And for him, that was like a very unique experience, and he didn't know how to handle it at first. He really sort of rejected it at first because he was like, I'm just a guy. I'm not even an adventurer. What are you talking about? But then I think a part of him started to like it. This idea that somebody really looked up to him. And so he formed this bond with Soraya that I think is still evident today. And the other person in the group that I think that Skeslin has a really strong relationship to is Chip. He sees Chip as the leader of the group, and so he's very critical of Chip. Not even necessarily because he doesn't like Chip. He actually respects Chip quite a lot, but he sees Chip as a leader figure, and because of that, he's very critical of his decisions. He believes that Chip's moving forward and moving the group forward is what puts them in danger or sees their victory at the end of the day. So for him, he's going to examine everything Chip does and says, and he's going to try to find like, where does this put us in danger? Where does this put my friends in danger? And so there's a little bit of an adversarial relationship there, even though he does, at the end of the day, respect Chip and all of his decisions. So yeah, that's Skeslin. Hopefully you'll check him out. He's in action every Monday night at 5 p.m. Pacific on twitch.tv/the Dat Network. We hope to see you there. It's always a really great time. And yeah, that's all I got for you now. Bye.
Hello? Identify yourself.
Hey, Cal! I think I fixed it!
This is Overwatch of Absalom Station aboard the ship Recollection. Due to your distress beacon, we are en route. What is the problem?
Sorry, Poison. We can't talk right now. We are fighting stuff. Leave a message at the beep. Beep!
Wait a second. Didn't you call us?
Add the Sirenscape Online player to your virtual tabletop sessions for immersive sounds and epic music broadcast to your players in real time with seamless quality. The online player bridges any distance to bring your gaming group together. Get the Sirenscape Online player today at Sirenscape.com.
Hello, everyone. Welcome
Hey!
to Crits and Giggles, where we are playing Reign of Winter. How was your guys' break?
It was good. I went into
Lovely.
your room and I cuddled the puppy.
No.
It looks like Katie has some donuts. Can I have one, please?
I believe you are muted, Katie.
Sure, you can have a donut.
Yes! Oh, man, we're still missing Jim. But I think we need to read some comments. What do you think?
Oh, yeah.
Let's take a look and see what we can find.
Let's see.
It's Lucas Martinez says, wait, does it have any ranks in knowledge religion? It is a praying mantis, after all.
Wow. Wow.
That is great.
Schroeder, how far are we in this story? Like, should I get caught up?
Yes.
No, you
should.
can absolutely watch this episode and you'll understand it. And you can go back and watch all the episodes. They're here on Twitch or they're on YouTube, the DAT Network.
And
Yeah.
if you like what you see, you can always join our Discord. I know that'll pop up in chat at some point, and talk with other people about the episodes and whatnot.
But yeah, Schroeder, you should, keep watching, but yes, you should also get caught up. It's a yes and situation, like our improv classes.
Yep.
Jukebox R.A. Kuhn says, if anyone is going to and deserves to kill Chip, it's 150% Skeslin.
That's right. That's what I plan to do for my big reveal at the midpoint of the season. Kill Chip.
That's it.
You must have said, you must have said something about Dover Cook, because Dover Cook says, "You're welcome, Jamie. You folks are making dinner time fun for me."
Aw.
Good. I am so glad.
People eating dinner is our target audience.
That is not untrue. All right, you guys, let's jump back into things. You're sitting having a wonderful conversation, wonderful maybe, sort of, kind of, with Nadia Petska, who you've just met, pretty much. You've jumped through a portal into Irrisen, met Nadia Petska. She offers shelter for the night during a winter storm. You're chilling with her and the puppies and her guys, and in walks this creature, this woman.
She's amazing.
What's the password?
I'm sorry?
Oh, I'm sorry. We set up a password because we made this fort.
Oh, is the password?
You hear that, Astrid? She gets it first try. Password's password.
Hey, you have blue skin just like Skeslin. Do you two know each other?
Saria, just because we both have we don't all know each other just because we have, that's not how it works. You can't just ask people that, goodness.
No.
Write that down. Don't ask people about their skin. Oh, come on. Saria.
You're the only, sorry.
Well, if you don't mind, I could use a little shelter. And you notice as she comes in and goes to sit with your group, she stays a little further away from the fire.
I actually want to do a sense motive on our hosts to see if they seem upset at the appearance of this creature, since they would presumably at least be familiar with her if she's a common sight in the area. Sure. So basically, if they're not worried, I'm not worried, but if they look like they're about to poop their pants, then we might need to kill this thing, so.
Yeah.
And that is a total of 17.
Nadia's men, you can't really get a feel on them, but Nadia herself, having interacted with her a little more, you can see she is not as comfortable, even as she was with just the four of you.
Mm-hmm.
Chip will go up and sit next to this creature and say to her,
Well, hello. My name is Chip. Chip Walden. And I'm sorry. Who are you? What are you? What are you doing here? Where are you going? What would you like to be when you grow up?
Oh, how entertaining. You should come with me on my tour. My name is Myrule Ardelaine. I am Myrule Ardelaine. I travel around these parts and play for the people in different towns.
What do you play?
Oh, she pulls out like these chimes and begins like dinging on them and singing a little bit, but it's not necessarily a pretty sound to you. It's kind of like sirens, where it's a little disturbing but also entrancing.
Well,
Yikes.
One of our party members, Miyuki, she also performs for people, and she has a drum, and she does poetry, and you would love her.
Oh, how lovely. Where is she? Which one of you is Miyuki? Is it you? Lady with the axe, is it you?
No, we can't seem to find her. That's part of the reason we're headed to the town over there. We're thinking maybe she went that way.
How sad. Well, I do hope you find your party member.
Yeah, I'm sorry, once again, what are you? I don't, I'm
I
not...
am a bard.
Yeah, no, but I mean, like, you've got horns.
Oh, so is it okay to ask people, what are you, but you just cannot ask about blue?
No, Soria, it's not okay, but at this point, who's gonna really be able to stop Chip?
Oh, okay.
she writes it down.
Well,
She writes down who's gonna stop Chip.
She writes down, don't ask people what they are.
if you must know, I am a Forlorn.
Forlorn.
What's that?
It is me.
You are so beautiful.
Is there any specific knowledge check any of us might have that we would be able to identify such a creature? She's got nature. I've got planes and planes and arcana.
Be knowledge, nature.
Yay! So that's gonna be 18.
Yes, that will do. You actually get one extra piece of information. This is a fae creature. A humanoid creature, legs of a bald goat, a completely hairless body, and a horned head. And you know that this creature is generally when a nymph and a fiend have a kid. They can make generally they make, what is it? A half fiend, but like there's a 1 in 20 chance it's a Forlorn.
When you said bald goat, I could not think of anything more descriptive. That is amazing.
So she's a Forlorn?
Forlorn, yes.
Forlorn.
And she is the offspring of a nymph and a fiend, but Forlorns are more rare in that.
Oh, she's cool.
And you would get one extra piece of information. Is there anything else you would like to know about them?
Yeah. What their how their people how do I word this? A lot of the fae creatures I feel like have bad relationships with the humans. How about her people?
Forlorns are they are known to be more on the dark side than anything else. I mean, if you look at their parentage, it's quite obvious. Some are attempted to be raised in a good and loving home. But generally, it's not good feelings between Forlorns and humans.
Cool.
Well,
there's a BBBB extra action from Scott Denuzzo for Skeslin.
Oh, hey, there we go.
All right, so you're here for protection. That's good.
Yes. The storm outside is crazy tonight.
Yes, it's bad, isn't it?
It is quite bad. I mean, that's why I came in here with you all.
Well, listen, I think if we all behave ourselves and are very happy and just considerate of one another, we'll have a great night, and then we'll get into town, and everything will be great.
Absolutely. I introduced myself, and I am so rude I forgot to ask you all.
Oh,
what are you doing? Who are you?
Well, I told you my name is Chip Walden.
Yes, Chip, but the rest of you. Hello.
Hi, hello, I'm Soraya.
Oh, you are the cutest.
Thank you.
And you two?
Oh, I'm Skislin.
Yes.
Pleased to make your acquaintance. I'd love to make a sense motive check on her as well.
Sure.
17 again.
17. You have a feeling this woman's just trying to be nice. She needs shelter. This is she's a traveling performer.
Mm-hmm.
She's, as much as a traveling performer is always trying to be kind so that they're taken care of, you think this is just one of those moments.
Okay.
What are you all doing? Where are you headed?
We are headed into Waltzby. We've traveled far today, and we thought maybe tomorrow we could purchase the things that we need.
And you hear Nadia for the first time speak up since my rule came in the cave, and she says, yes, they are relatives visiting me from out of town, coming to visit in Waldsby.
Yes.
Oh, well, that is lovely. I do hope you find everything you need and that you have fun catching up with your family.
Mm-hmm.
Would anyone enjoy if I sang for you? I find often it puts people at ease.
I'd like to sense motive that check right there. If she is being honest or if she's trying to put me to sleep.
Sure.
Oh.
Which has been my thought ever since she's come in here. That's a natural 20. And that is going to be a 23.
She can kind of see the strange looks you are giving her, and you think that she is trying to be overly kind at this point, and look, I just need to stay here, just let me play, and it'll all be good.
All right, if you wish to, that's perfectly suitable for me. So I'm gonna go over here and pet the dogs a couple more times. I love them so much.
And with that, she begins playing some music and singing for you. Again, it's not pretty, but it's almost entrancing, not in a mechanical way, but it's just strange enough that you are almost paying attention more to it to understand it. It's like listening to jazz music while you're working.
Mm-hmm.
It engages that part of your brain.
Mm-hmm.
But she's playing right now. Is there anything you guys would like to do?
Is there anybody who can cut a rug? Want to dance around, Chip? Eh?
That sounds like fun. I'll cut a rug.
Come on, let's go.
So Astrid and Chip start dancing. Amazing. Skeslin, Soraya, what are you guys doing?
Ignoring all of that.
I think Soraya's probably just, you'd probably see her sitting there. She's probably kind of trying to bop to this music that maybe is just like a little weird and like kind of hard to bop to.
Mhm.
And she's kind of looking over at Skeslin, and she kind of really wants to talk to him, but I don't know. She's trying to like not really like bother him too much. And then she just kind of pulls out her notebook and she's writing in her notebook.
I think it's probably pretty obvious to Skeslin at this point that Soraya's been purposely avoiding him. So at this point, he kind of like rolls his eyes and walks over. He says, "So, Soraya, how was your 4th day of being an adventurer?"
Oh, and she kind of just like quickly puts her notebook like in her, tucks it under her, and she's like,
Well, it wasn't what I was expecting. I mean, I've never been through a portal before. I've only read about them in books. And I have to say, it is nothing like anything that I've read before in a book.
Yeah, we're going to have to talk about your books and how they inform your expectations of us and how this is going to work moving forward. But yeah, sticking our nose in places we're not supposed to be is kind of what being an adventurer is all about, So that's your first portal. But honestly, it's my own first portal too. I mean, I haven't really done a whole lot of this myself.
Really?
So yeah, we're all experiencing firsts.
But you seem so experienced.
Well, it's the thing is not really. I'm going to tell you something that nobody else really knows. I haven't really talked about it a lot, but you see, before a couple of weeks ago, I didn't really know how to do any of the magic that I do now, almost on a daily basis. I mean, I've always known a couple of tricks, just one or two. I could pick things up from far away and make doors open and close, and that was all fun tricks. But all of this blasting things with ice and summoning up shields of force around me, I don't even know how I do it. I just kind of want it to happen, and it happens.
Really?
It's really just kind of been, since all of this started. I don't know, so I really don't know what I'm talking about most of the time. You don't have to listen to me, You really shouldn't most of the time, because I don't know what I'm doing.
Are you crazy? That's amazing! Out of nowhere, just a couple weeks ago, you got all these magical powers? You're the person I want to listen to the most. You're the most magical.
Well, I mean, I don't think that magic is really, all of it. I mean, Astrid there, she seems to know what she's doing. She's probably someone out of all of us who knows how to survive and handle herself the best. If you want to know how to be an adventurer, she's probably the one you want to be listening to. You see, she's running up giant mantises' backs and burying her axe in their chests. I mean, that's the kind of stuff that you're going to read about in the books later on.
Well, I think everyone here is so amazing, and I look up to everyone. But you've taught me so much. You're so much more than magical, but you're strong and you're brave. You came along with us, even though you really didn't want to. You taught me about magic juice. That was amazing. And you've been there for me. And I will be there for you, even if you don't really want me to be.
Oh, no, it's not that. Listen, I know that I sometimes get a little testy, but, I get scared of a lot of this stuff, because the one thing I think that I've told you over and over that is the most true of anything is that everything we're doing is very serious life and death stuff, and it scares me a little bit. I don't want to die. Not at all.
And it's about that time that my rule's music kind of tinkers off and she stops playing.
Soraya was talking about who she looks up to. Can I talk about who I look up to?
Sure, go ahead.
I look up to the Java Man 1964 for dropping $84 for edges, sinks, and mercies for the table.
Oh my gosh!
For the table.
Wow.
Thank you, the Java
amazing.
Man.
Thank you.
Oh, thank you so much.
Wow, that's gonna come in handy.
Oh boy.
Because my rule stops playing and singing.
Oh.
What happened? Is she okay?
And you look at her and she is looking at something on the ground.
My rule, are you doing okay?
Where did you say you were coming from?
We didn't.
I don't think we did.
Right. So where are you coming from?
I hail from the land of the Lenorn Kings.
So whose clothes are these?
Oh, those are ours. They're old. They're tattered. But they are ours.
Are you all right?
And why are you headed to Wordsby?
We need to find our friend,
She's
Miyuki.
missing.
I thought you were her relatives.
We're also trying to find Miyuki. We told you about Miyuki way back at the beginning of all this. The one who
Yes.
sings, the one who's missing. Gotta find her. Terrible
Yes.
storm out there.
You know, I don't really need shelter in storms like these. I just thought it might be nice.
I'm sorry. I'm gonna ask you a quick question. Are you judging us based upon the clothes that you found on the ground when we clearly took no judgment of you when you walked in here and asked for our help?
Oh, I don't need your help. I just needed to know you were here. And with that, she looks at all four of you and releases this like scream that begins to like tear at you.
Cool.
And I think I need a save.
Oh, a save, huh?
A save.
What kind of save? Maybe a will save?
Let me double check. I didn't think I was going to be using this reflex.
Oh,
Save.
oh, cool.
Oh, natural 20.
Well,
No.
a 4.
7.
16? Well, Skeslin and Soraya, you are able to jump out of the way of this scream just in time.
We were too busy dancing.
We were dancing.
You were
you know?
too busy dancing as you take,
Oh,
boy, you take 9 points from this cord of shards.
Oh, no.
And we need to roll initiative.
Oh, you just made me mad. Dirty 20.
Dirty 20 for Chip. Who's next?
18 for Astrid.
18 for Astrid. All right.
25.
25 for Skeslin. Holy cow. What was that, Soraya?
4.
4. Oh, geez. All right. So, quite obviously, this Forlorn is not so nice. You all had some thoughts and feelings about it, but she wasn't going to let you see her true side until now. Skeslin, you jump out of the way of this cord of shards. What do you want to do?
So there's a fire going, yeah?
Yes.
I'm gonna grab a flaming piece of whatever that I can and throw it at her.
Throw it at her. All right. Roll me an attack roll.
That is 18 total.
Is that with a -4 for an improvised weapon?
Then I guess it'd be a 14.
14.
You
Will
didn't
not
tell me you were gonna
hit.
say it was an improvised weapon.
Oh, I'm sorry. Are you trained in throwing sticks out of a fire?
I'm just
Think
saying.
everyone is.
It misses.
Why?
It is. Would you like to do anything else?
No, I don't.
Chip, it's your turn.
Okay, well, Chip's gonna do what Chip gonna do. Run
gonna
up
do.
and grapple.
Mm-hmm.
Here we go. 19.
Ugh. And you wrap this Forlorn up in your arms, and you got her.
This is what we call a bear hug.
Astrid, what do you do?
Astrid, how far away is she?
10 feet.
Oh, okay. Astrid would like to take out her silver dagger
All right.
and walk up to this woman and put it right onto her neck, right here, and say, "Who are you, and what do you want?"
I told you, my name is my rule. As far as what I want to know where you are so I can let my bosses know.
And who are your bosses?
You'll find out when you're dead.
It doesn't make sense. We could find out right now.
And it's her turn, unless you're going to do something else, Astrid.
No, go ahead.
Okay. She is going to try to get out of this grapple.
Yep.
First off. With a natural 20. How's that do?
Sure.
Great. And that's not a full round action, right?
That is a standard action.
Standard action. All right. And she is going to pull back towards the entrance of the cave a little bit.
Okay, I
try to
grab her
put some-
again.
Roll your grapple check.
It's only a 12 this time.
Well, you miss her.
All right.
It is Nadia's turn. And Nadia is a little further back in the cave with the men, and she goes like flying for her weapons, and she moves up to meet you guys. Soraya, it is your turn.
Seeing that she escaped this grapple and clearly wants to kill us, I'm going to cast Produce Flame.
Okay.
And instead of touching her, I'd like to use it as a ranged touch and hurl it at her.
And hurl it at her.
I believe
Beautiful.
that's 2 actions.
What?
Produce
I believe
Flame
that's
is
2 standard actions.
Is throwing it a standard as well?
I believe
No.
so.
Typically, casting this, typically throwing it would be part of casting the spell. It'd be like Shocking Grasp. You cast the spell, and as part of the spell, you attack with it.
Yeah, it says I can strike an opponent with a melee touch attack. Alternatively, you can hurl the flames up to 120 feet as a thrown weapon.
Yeah, I'll let it happen.
Okay.
So throw that fire for me.
Ooh, range. Oh, sweet. Okay, so that's 18, 19, 20, 21 to hit.
Against touch? Yeah, that
Yeah.
hits.
All right, so that's going to be 1d6 plus 1 with no save. 5 points of damage.
5.
Fire damage.
Owie. Owie. It is Skeslin. It is your turn again.
Skislin's gonna spit right at her. But it's magic spit. So that I need a reflex save from you.
Reflex save. Ooh, okay, let's see. Maybe my reflex. Okay, 19.
19 is a pass, so you're not glued in place. However, you still take all the other penalties, which is a -4 to dexterity and a -2 to all attack rolls. And that is going to be for 5 rounds.
Whoa.
Nice.
And you still move at half speed because you're entangled, but you are not glued in place.
Gross.
That's a good one.
I am going to find out a way that you can force sorcerers not to have a certain spell.
Oh,
That's
good.
going to be my homework for the week. It is
I will
Chip's
find a
turn.
worse spell. I promise
Will
you that.
you let me retroactively use my mercy?
Yes, I will.
Okay, I'm going to use it, first of all, and then I'm going to just run up and tackle her again.
All right, give me that tackle roll.
She deserves it.
I'm going to sink
boy.
you.
Okay, well, I'm
Ooh.
going to add an edge to it. So,
Do it.
natural 20.
Oh!
Well, you wrap her up again. You've got her.
I got you. You're not getting away from me this time.
Astrid, it is your turn.
Astrid walks right up to her, silver dagger in hand, up to her neck, and says, "Answer this question, or you're going to be in very big trouble. Who do you belong to?"
I belong to no one.
"Who are your bosses?"
You'll never find out.
"Well, Chip, it's guess then. Rhea, I don't think I have much of a choice."
It was a good dance, wasn't it?
"'Twas." And I take this dagger
Mm-hmm.
and slice.
Ah!
Now, she isn't defenseless, so you still need to make an attack roll.
Okay, I'll do that. Natural 20 on the die.
Whoa.
Roll some damage.
Okay. Okay.
Why did I let you guys make such powerful characters?
Sorry. Let's see here. 6
6 points of damage
points of damage, yeah.
Double?
total.
Total.
She is still up, still struggling. It
That's-
is her turn.
I'm sorry, that's not true, because your strength score is an 18, correct? A
Correct.
20 now, right? Because you added
Yeah.
the 2 on it? That's a
Oh,
plus
right.
5. So, did you get 3 plus 5?
I got 3 plus 3 is 6.
You-
Your
Right.
two rolls, or was it 3 plus 3?
You're correct.
It should be
Wait.
16 points of damage.
Yeah,
Yeah, you should be adding your full
Sorry.
strength modifier to your damage.
my bad. You're correct. Sorry.
And with that hit, she struggles against this grapple again.
But I'll sync that. I'll just use all my stuff. You got 2 syncs
Yeah,
on that.
I'll
one.
sink you too. You sunk.
You sunk. You sunk.
Yep.
Well, she doesn't get out of the grapple then.
That's right.
But that's all she can do right now. It is Nadia's turn, and Nadia. Oh goodness, where'd Nadia go? Nadia takes her light pick in her hand and comes up and tries to, like, around the corner swing at this thing
Yeah, I'm
around
moving.
Astrid, trying to, like, get in between the two of you. But it's gonna miss with a 10. It
Are you
is
sure?
Soraya's turn. Yeah.
With the grapple penalties
Hold
and
on.
using those dex penalties and
-4 to my dex, -2 to AC because of grapple, right?
yeah.
So that's only a -4 to my AC.
Yeah.
Still won't hit.
All right. I was just double checking.
Soraya, what would you like to do?
Firebolt.
Firebolt!
Firebolt. Here we go with a ranged touch attack.
I believe, Soraya, that your produced flame is still able
It
to
should
be active.
still be active.
Can't remember. Yeah, I couldn't
Because it
remember.
lasts for a while, and you can just keep using it for as long as it
Oh,
lasts.
It's 1 minute per level.
Yeah, so you
so
can
2
just
minutes.
keep doing that produced flame every round.
Oh, I can.
Yeah, it stays with you. It's a good. That's why it's more powerful than your firebolt, because it
Wow.
lasts for a while.
Well, you know what I'm gonna do just to like be even extra meaner as Katie, not Soraya? I have an extra action, so I'm gonna do both of those things. First, because I had already rolled before Jim said that, so I rolled an 18 to attack, and then I'm gonna add my ranged touch attack bonus, which is, so it's gonna be a 21 to hit.
Yeah.
Cool. So I'll do damage.
Wow.
I'm gonna roll fire damage, which is 4 points of damage. And then I'm gonna use my produce flame, as Jim mentioned.
Mm-hmm.
And since I already hit her, I don't have to do another ranged touch.
Oh, no, you do.
You still have to hit
you
her with
do.
both attacks, though, yes.
Okay. And it doesn't count against my spells per day because it's already cast.
Because it's already cast, that's correct.
Oh, that's a good spell. Okay.
Yeah.
Ooh, that's another 18. Holy moly, how am I doing this? 21.
Yeah. Roll some damage.
Katie,
4.
do you want to add the overcharge to that?
Yes.
That you have?
Oh, yeah. What is that? What is that again? Add damage to a damage roll. Yes.
So you're going to add your level worth of damage.
So +2. So that's going to be 6 points of damage.
And she is teetering.
Oh, I didn't know.
Skeslin. This Forlorn is wrapped up in Chip's arms.
Hey,
That
Skeslin,
sounded
you want
really
to take a shot?
romantic. What do you do, Skeslin?
Actually, I think Skeslin will just move so that he is at the entrance to the cave and then ready in action.
Okay. Chip.
I'm going to roll to maintain the grapple. Oh,
Beautiful.
boy.
This one might not do it, but you do take massive penalties. I believe it's a -5.
You just get a +5 to maintain.
Oh, I
the
get a
grapple.
+5. That's right. So that is going to be a 15. And
Against
remember,
my CMD,
your
correct?
CMD, but without your dex. And you still have the grappled condition.
That maintains.
Okay. And so he is going to he takes his spiked gauntlet and goes and punches her right in the face. And it's automatic damage that gets dealt.
And this is cold iron, correct?
This is a cold iron spiked gauntlet, 4 points of damage.
And you kill my Rule Ardelaine.
Oh,
Hey!
good. Goodbye.
Goodbye, my rule. Well, everyone, we took care of her. Should we stabilize her and then question her, or just let it be? We always have that option.
I'm a little concerned she's already called her bosses.
I doubt that she got any kind of a message out.
Well, what do you think, Skeslin? Sreya?
Well, you know I'd much rather stabilize her rather than killing her, but I don't want to put us at risk.
Mm-hmm.
Ask Nadia. Who is she? Do you know her? Do we know anything? What should we know about this? What should we do?
I don't know who she was or who she worked for, but if the way she was acting, she deserves death.
This isn't our land, and therefore we leave it to you. And she will perish.
And with that, we should look at chat.
Oh, okay. It's Lucas Martinez says, Chip says,
Also, your jazz solo sucked!
Dark Knight says, it's really not fair. 2 GMs in the party teaming up against evil GM Jamie?
Really?
Lucas Martinez doesn't know when we leveled up. We leveled up, I think it was right after the big, absolutely chaotic mess in the cabin. I believe that's when we became level 2.
Yes.
Certainly soon to be level 3. I mean, obviously, because we were doing so very well.
Bipolar Chemist is feeling for me here. Poor Forlorn. I think more they're feeling for my role, but I'm going to pretend it's for me.
Crossbearer 18 says, "Don't let Ben roll nat 20s, Jamie."
I can't help it. What am I supposed to do? Go cook his dice? I'm not going to do that.
She can come in here and check them because everything's on the money.
Yeah.
I will say that, Jamie, you did get away with one. The Java Man 1964 says, any chance that Astrid cuts her as she breaks free of the grapple since the dagger was at her throat? Could have taken that AOO right then and there.
I don't know that breaking free of a grapple provokes an attack of opportunity.
Moving away did.
Moving.
I'm going to say she, flavor-wise, she was able to get away from the knife and duck out of your arms and pull to the side.
Sure.
No attack of opportunity, no dagger, didn't happen.
You're a dagger.
I'll tell you what, since we keep saying it's not fair to Jamie, I actually was looking, and I'm pretty sure that grappling as an attack of opportunity is not allowed. I don't think you can do it. You can make trips, disarms, and sunders as an attack of opportunity, but I don't think you can actually make a grapple because a grapple is a special standard action, not an attack.
That doesn't make sense.
It doesn't matter if it makes sense, Ben.
But wait a second.
Rules.
I can break your weapon as you're running away, but I can't grab you. That doesn't make sense.
Well, you're going to have to suck it up. Sorry, babe.
All right. That's fine. Just every time you run away, I'm going to break weapons now. So think about that.
All right. Let's get back into this. By the way, Scott Denuzzo, thank you for your cheer.
Yay.
Thank you. So Nadia says this creature deserves death.
Yeah.
And we kill her.
Mm-hmm.
We let her perish.
She seemed so friendly. What happened?
Well, it was a trick. That's what happened.
But
Not
why was
everything
she so concerned with our clothing? Are we going to kill anyone who comes from the south?
I think that what she noticed was that if we're not from around here and if we're from far away, they must have come through the portal, which means she knows about the portal, which means whoever she was working for could have made the portal or is tied to the portal in some way. I think we're finding that what I was talking about earlier about being really careful about who we trust and who we talk to about where we're from and what we're doing, this is kind of one of the results.
Yeah.
I think word travels faster than we did in that portal. And perhaps they know about us before we even got here. I think it was a small task for us to take on the mantle of the Black Rider. We just said it and it happened. But maybe there are people or things out there that when a change happens like that, they know it.
I think we also need to be careful not to be underestimating our enemies. If I made a portal with the intention that I was going to, dominate the entire world in winter, I'd be well aware that those portals go two ways and that there'd be people coming to try to stop me. These are smart people we're after. You want to go find Baba Yaga and go tear down the Pale Tower piece by piece. You're not dealing with lunkheads and like that Mostrel. You're dealing with careful strategists who know exactly what they're doing and how to do it. Assume they're smarter than us and we might just be able to survive.
But they have been beaten before. I believe we could do it again.
Oh, I have no doubt that we'll do it again. And there's no reason not to find joyous celebration in new friends. Just seems that we gotta be careful who we choose. Now, as for you, Nadia, I thank you for being a friend to us, and you've certainly proven it.
Well, thank you as well. Seems we were meant to find each other today. We should get rest, and hopefully the storm will pass and we can get back to town tomorrow.
Right, and I'll channel positive energy a couple of times.
actually,
healing does sorry?
we need to go over the body as well.
Yes.
We need to see if there's anything on her that'll identify what we're working with and who she's working for.
10 points of healing back to anyone who was missing them.
Thank you so much.
Yeah, you're welcome. I got hurt really bad by that scream.
Oh, wasn't that the worst?
Ear piercing.
Oh.
You go over the body, and you're able to find a potion of cure moderate wounds.
Ooh.
2 potions. You aren't as easily able to identify those. A light crossbow with 10 bolts. Another kind of potion. A white hooded cloak and an opal necklace. And 14 gold.
Detect magic.
Sure. Yeah, those potions are definitely magic. But that is it.
All right. Well, a little spellcrafty on the potions then.
Spell crafty.
15.
15. You are not able to identify them.
Yikes. Hey,
Actually-
Skesslin.
Yeah, I've got, so Skesslin grabs all the potions,
Sure.
and he pulls this little strip of paper out of a little pouch on his side, dips it into each of the potions, or he dips one into one of the potions, one of the 2 that are the same, and I get a +5 bonus, +2 bonus to the check to identify this potion because I use my reagent paper. And that takes us to a total of 21.
21 will do it. The 2 potions were potions of undetectable alignment. And the 3rd is an ice flow elixir.
Ooh.
Let me read a little something about an ice flow elixir for you. This chilled elixir usually takes the form of a pale blue liquid in a small glass vial coated in ice. Imbibing the elixir grants the drinker cold resistance 10 and the ability to merge with solid ice in the same fashion as meld into stone.
What?
These effects last for 1 hour. Alternatively, instead of drinking the ice flow elixir, the vial can be uncorked, releasing a cold, glowing vapor from the vial's mouth that coalesces around all living creatures within 30 feet. Creatures covered with the cloying vapor take a -20 penalty on stealth checks and do not benefit from blur, displacement, invisibility, or similar effects for as long as they stay in the affected area.
Wow.
The vapor also reveals figments, mirror images, and projected images in the area for what they really are. This effect lasts for 5 rounds before the vapor dissipates.
Wow.
Whoa.
Now
That's a cool potion.
Yeah. Good
That's
find.
powerful.
Does anybody want them?
Well,
I think that the heavy hitter should get one of the heavy hitters should get the healing potion since they're likely to take them.
Oh yeah.
To the damage.
Yeah, why don't you take
likely
it?
to take them because I found that a lot of times these upfront fighters want to get up there and just keep hitting the thing no matter how hurt they are, and then I have to run up and give you a potion.
She's got a point there.
Well, after you, my lady.
And he'll give the potion. He'll give the potion. He'll give the potion to Astrid.
Wait, did Soraya want to keep the potions?
yeah, because she always has to run up and heal you guys, and so if she's ever out of healing, having a potion would come in handy because you guys just keep hitting the thing and don't heal yourselves.
But
it's true.
But it'd be smart if she had it, and then she could just drink it, and then you wouldn't have to worry about it.
But would she drink it? No, it's fine. You should take it.
Oh, I have a bad feeling about this, but I'll take it.
This is gonna come back around, and Soraya's gonna be like, "I told you to give me that."
This is gonna bite me in the rump. It's okay. Thank you very much.
I also believe that actually, Astrid, you should have the ice ice flow elixir as well.
Oh.
In case we run up against anything that's invisible, there are still things that I would be capable of doing, and I'm assuming that Soraya and Skeslin have some abilities as well that they could use. But sometimes you don't seem to have any magical gifts, and so therefore it might be useful if we do run into an invisible creature.
Well, I thank you. I'll keep them safe, I promise.
Is everyone good with that?
I
Or
prefer
not.
to have less materials.
Fine, but I'm keeping this cloak because I think it matches my hair.
So you distribute all the items you've taken off this dead Forlorn, and you are able to rest for the night. You wake up the next morning, and the men and Nadia are already repacking these sleds, getting the dogs set up. Is there anything you would like to do before you hit the road again?
Don't think so.
Mm-mm.
Nope.
All right.
I think
Throw the...
I think that I might be best to burn
Yeah.
the body of our friend. I don't want anybody finding it.
Sure.
Yeah. And Chip will spark up the fire from last night using his hand. He just sparks it up and get it all roasted up nice and hot.
Nice. And so you burn the body and you are on your way. It's a fairly easy walk on this trail. I mean, it's slow, but with Nadia and the dog sleds and the other men, you take turns kind of moving ahead and stopping, changing places, moving ahead and stopping, letting people catch up with you as they walk. And it seems to be going fairly well until about 2 hours into your trip today. I need everybody to roll perception.
Oh.
Put an edge on it.
15.
20.
Ooh,
18.
nice. 22 with my edge.
22 with your edge. Skeslin, you happen to look up at the sky as everyone's stopped for the moment, changing places, letting the dogs take a break. And you notice some ravens flying above.
I definitely will point that out.
Knowledge nature on the way they're flying? If they're circling us? Or...
When you say some ravens, do you mean like a whole flock of ravens, or do you mean
I
like
mean a whole flock of ravens.
a whole flock of ravens?
Oh, she's gone.
My dice
Goodbye.
is-
Soraya
it's been rolling
hides.
so well.
Sorry.
Could I knowledge nature or no?
Sure, yeah.
Ooh, 19. Okay, good.
Ooh.
Dropping it just made it better.
Now that Skeslin has pointed to these ravens, you think to yourself, I mean, I thought I saw ravens a few minutes ago. And you start thinking about it, and it seems like they've been circling. Do you mention this to anyone?
Skeslin, maybe this sounds crazy, but I think the ravens might be following us.
Yeah, that's what I'm thinking too. Listen, I think that they might be spies for
Saruman!
Saruman. So I hear that sometimes witches especially will use beasties like this as spies. I think in about a second here, both you and I, you're going to get some of that fancy fire that you know about, all right? And we're going to shoot some of these things, and you have to be okay with that. And I know that sometimes you get a little tricky with these creatures, but I don't think these is just natural creatures, okay? Maybe we can
Sure.
scatter this. Maybe we can scatter the flock if we, make an example out of some of them. See if you can get the others too. We got crossbows. Make a whole show of it.
Make a whole show of what? What are you guys talking
Shooting.
about?
We're talking about shooting the birds.
birds. Sorry, this is Nadia coming into this conversation.
Mm-hmm.
What birds?
Well, the birds that are following us.
Don't you see it? The ravens above.
And she looks up and sees these ravens you've been talking about, and you hear her call out to her men in Scald, and Astrid, you hear her say, like, tarps, grab the tarps. And they start, like, untying things and grabbing these large tarps and unfurling them, these long white tarps. And she looks at you all and says, under, now, if you want to stay safe.
We get
Yep.
under.
Yeah, I go under.
So you hide under these tarps that these men are, like, holding at their neck level, so you're, like, crouched beneath them.
Mhm.
And the ravens make another pass, and I need everybody to roll a stealth check.
Ooh.
I'm gonna add my edge to this stealth check.
Natural 9, so
Ooh.
that's an 8.
Yeah.
I'm very big.
15.
15.
17 for me.
17.
Even with my edge, it's a 5.
5.
Yikes.
Soraya and Chip, you guys just aren't that stealthy. You're like
Yeah.
trying to make sure you're fully under. You're kind of knocking into each other. The tarp is kind of waving up and down. And sure enough,
Oh no.
these ravens see it.
Uh-oh.
Oh no. Oh no.
And we're going to roll initiative.
Uh-oh.
No.
Leaner. Way worse.
15.
15 for Soraya.
10 for Astrid.
10 for Astrid.
It was leaning on a 13, and I want you to know that I call out leaners when they're good numbers too. And now I'm at a 6.
Ooh.
6. Skeslin?
9.
9.
We did
Well,
good.
Nadia gets the jump on these things. It seems like this is not the first time she has dealt with ravens like this. And she has had out her crossbow, it seems like, most of the time, but she pulls out her hand axe and waits, like prepares for them to come down.
Ooh. Astrid pulls out her axe as well.
And it is the Raven Swarm's turn.
Uh-oh.
Oh.
Oh, swarmy swarm.
Oh no.
And
Oh,
this
no. Oh, no.
swarm takes a swoop down directly at the tarp and begins to claw away at it, ripping it open. Just gonna make sure. Yep. And they destroy this tarp that has been hiding you from their vision. It is Skeslin's turn.
Cool.
All right. What's the relative positioning of me to everybody else on the map?
I would say this is a 10 by 10 tarp. You
Yeah.
are like all right next to each other.
Okay, cool. I am going to bubble up. And then I am going to... So are the Raven Swarm is just above us basically now at this point?
Yes.
Right overhead? Okay. Bubble up. I'm going to move... Like... Is there a space that I can get to where I'm next to the Raven Swarm but not next to a friend?
In my head, the Raven Swarm was like above Astrid.
Yeah.
So you could actually, yes, you'd have to move out and around, but you could go the long way around to be.
If I could get there at the move action, that's what I want to do.
Sure, yes.
Get to there and then immediately as a free action, pop the bubble. And
Pop
that
that
requires a reflex save from you.
Reflex save I'm going to use my edge.
Oh, well, that's unfortunate.
That's rude.
17.
17 is a fail.
Rude.
My ice magic is
Rude.
very powerful.
Oh.
And that is 6 points of area of effect cold damage against a swarm.
6 points, huh?
Uh-huh.
Might as well use my mercy as well.
Ooh.
Oh no.
It is Chip's turn. Chip, what do you want to do?
Chip is just gonna take his offhand and start punching some birds.
Punch some birds.
He's gonna punch some birds.
All right.
Because if I use my spiked gauntlet, it's technically piercing. Where this, I'm just bludgeoning them.
Sure.
14 to hit some birds.
14.
To punch some birds.
Yep, you can punch birds.
All right, I punch a bird.
Punching a bird.
Punch a bird for 4 points of damage.
And you said this was piercing?
Bludgeoning.
You said piercing because it was a spiked gauntlet.
Yeah, I'm not using my spike gauntlet. I said I punch with my offhand.
Gotcha.
He's getting
So-
all up in there. Razzle dazzle jab.
Astrid, this swarm
Actually, take one.
is right above you. What do you do?
I'm gonna take a big ol' swing at
Alrighty.
these birds with my masterwork X. Let's see. 21.
That will hit. Roll some
Yay.
damage.
No. Oh no.
Why are we all losing dice?
I don't know. 5. Oh.
5 points of damage.
What's the damage?
Soraya, it is your turn.
I have a question about swarms because this is only my second swarm I've ever fought in my whole tabletop career.
Oh, they're bad.
Yes, the first swarm we fought was really bad too. Can you target a swarm with a spell that targets one creature?
If the creatures, not diminutive ones, but with tiny or larger creatures that make up the swarm, yes.
So I can cast a firebolt even if a firebolt is a single creature, a single target?
If the ravens themselves are tiny or larger, which I imagine they are.
They are.
Great. Firebolt.
Firebolt.
Yeah. Here we go. 15 on the dice, so 15 plus 3, so 18 to hit. And can I just throw an edge on there for fun?
Absolutely.
19.
And you hit.
Yes. Okay.
Roll some damage.
Just for fun.
Just for funsies. 5 points of damage.
Whoa. All right. And it is top of the round, Nadia's turn. And you see her run over and she's going to take a swing with this pick she's got in her hand.
With a pick?
Yeah,
All
a
right.
pick. And she's going to miss with that pick. She does not like these birds. It is the bird's turn, the raven swarm.
Oh, no.
And it descends upon Astrid.
Oh.
Fred.
Sure.
And swarms deal auto damage. Right?
They sure do.
Oh boy.
Oh, no.
So Astrid,
Mhm.
you're gonna take 2 points of damage as these birds like claw at you. And I also need a reflex save.
3.
Yikes.
3.
Yeah, sure did do that.
I didn't think this was gonna happen. But I'm so glad it did.
Oh,
These creatures, as they claw at you, they catch your eyes and rake your eyes. You are blind
No!
for 4 days,
Yikes.
or until healed with removed blindness or a successful heal check.
I can.
You are currently blind for 4 days, Astrid.
Oh, well, just great, you know?
Skeslin, it's your turn.
I think it's time to do the same thing that I did before, which is just bubble up and burst it immediately.
Yep.
Which would provoke a reflex save on your part.
Alrighty. Ooh. 16 is probably a
16.
fail.
That is a failure. That is 3 points of cold damage. And I am going to pull out off of my belt a flask of acid.
Alrighty. Chip.
Chip is right next to this swarm, I would imagine, and Chip would like to pull Astrid out of the swarm.
Thank
and
you.
then move away, but she's so
Sure.
blind. She's so blind.
So blind.
If you are reaching into the swarm, I don't know if this is rules, but I'm just going to make a decision right now. You are going to take a little bit of damage to get her out.
Well, I swirl my arm like this, and they all scatter, and then I pull.
No.
I swirl my arm.
You're going to take
Oh.
2 points of damage from them clawing as you try to pull Astrid out.
All right. Fine.
Astrid,
As he's doing,
Thank you.
hey, Chip, did you try swirling your arm?
I
Oh,
forgot
no.
to swirl my arm.
Astrid, you must be in immense pain currently. You are blind, and you just feel a hand grab you and pull you out of the swarm. What do you do?
I say, who are you?
It's Chip. Now just go away. You're blind.
No, I have a thought.
Leave the party, be gone, never come back, go away, you're blind, is what he tells you.
No. That's not about. You know better than that. Just get out of danger.
You can't see the danger.
Chip, you want to pick me up and I'll just take a big old swing at whatever?
No.
Yes.
No, that sounds really bad.
Come on, I want to be a part of this. Where's your face?
No.
Listen to me. I want to be a part of this.
You're
Okay.
holding Skeslin's face.
Oh, sorry, Skeslin.
With that, I'm going to let that be your round because
Yep.
I'm sure that is literally all you could do.
Yeah.
Nerea, what do you do?
I'm gonna cast another firebolt.
Firebolt sounds lovely.
That's cool. Jeez, 21 to hit.
Yep, that hits.
And boop. Only 3 points of damage though this time.
3 points. We're back at the top of the round with Nadia. Nadia takes another swing with her pick, and she will hit. Let's see what her damage is. She gets a little bit of damage off on this swarm. But it is the swarm's turn. And the swarm, now that Astrid is out of it,
Oh, dear.
and it has been so damaged, begins to fly away.
No, you don't. Oh no. I grapple it. Attack of opportunity grapple.
Grapple the swarm.
You also can't grapple as an attack of opportunity.
Ah, that's a stupid rule.
Good callback. So, you guys, this swarm swoops down, rips this tarp from above you, swarms Astrid, and claws at her eyes until she is blind.
Just for good measure, while it's going away, I want to whip a sling bullet at it. Just
Well, the only I did have an acid flask in my hand, so would
did.
it, depending on how fast it goes, I could try to acid it, but
and I think I should get my sling out.
I mean, it flies 40 feet around.
40 feet. So yeah, it would be way too far outside. Yeah, I wouldn't be able to throw it accurately.
What do you
I can
guys do?
sling 50 feet, so
You would have to draw the sling, and it would be further than 50 feet when you got it out.
one round. It's a natural 17.
I sink you with both of my sinks.
Okay.
Oof.
So it's still going to be an 18 to hit, and you're going to take 5 points of bludgeoning damage.
I like how he just made this a rule.
Yeah.
Either way, I'm letting it
Just
play
doing
out, and the swarm is not dead. So
I
you
killed
didn't
the
win
swarm.
this.
I did it.
And now he's out of a sling bullet.
Yeah! Wasting ammunition!
And then a sinkhole opens up underneath him, and he's swallowed up by the earth. Oh no!
It's
Why did you do that,
it's
Chip?
it's in the AP.
In
No,
the
but
AP. It's in the AP. It's in the AP.
you guys, this swarm attacks, and what do you do?
Oh boy.
I'm gonna go immediately do a heal check on Astrid.
Thank you, Saraya.
And so I'm gonna go over to her and say, "Oh, Astrid, what happened?"
You know, Saraya, when I took that, cure moderate wounds, I think you should keep it.
I think her eye would be just like hanging out of its socket
Hanging
at this
and
point.
rips.
She-
Oh, absolutely.
She reaches into her bag and pulls out a rock and hands it over.
That's gonna be a 22 to a heal check.
Wow.
You
Do I get my
cure
eye back?
blindness. Yeah. Basically, Soraya's
Just
like,
heal
oh,
pop
let
the
me
eye
just-
back into the
She
socket.
like pops it in. She like pulls out a paste and is like rubbing it into your eyes to try to help. And sure enough, within a few seconds, you're able to blink and open your eyes, and you're no longer blind
With a
Saraya,
with a heal check.
Saraya, you're a miracle worker.
Oh, no. It's just, I just wanted to make sure you were okay.
Wow.
But you
You're
hang
amazing.
Oh,
I
thank
am so sorry. Before you talk about how amazing she is, what was the heal check? 20. You're healed.
Okay.
Chip will tap on the barrel at his side and release the spirits into the air, and it gives 2 hit points back to anybody who needs it.
Oh, thank you.
How lovely for you all.
Well, it's safe to say I think they know we're here.
Yes, I think
I
so.
talked to ask Nadia, like, well, you seem to know what that was all about, so why don't you tell us what's going to happen next?
I don't know what's going to happen next. All I can know is what's happening now. And obviously, someone knows you're here.
Right, so what kind of someones typically use swarms of ravens as their messengers and spies?
It's not going to take you long in Waldsby to hear the name Nazena Vasilyovna. She is the Winter Witch that rules over this region. I'm sure they are attached to her or one of her minions.
What
But
does
again,
she want with us?
They're all within the Pale Tower.
It's very clear that Nasena is working with her sister. Their witch sister, as you might say.
Who might that be?
Oh, that would be Ilvana.
That's her mother.
Oh, right. Yeah, her mother.
Just so you guys know, and Nadia takes the time to explain this, but Elvana is the daughter of Baba Yaga sitting on the throne. Baba Yaga wants to remove her, but each daughter that she puts on the throne every 100 years then places her own daughters in charge of the regions.
How fun.
Very. But we should continue on the road. I'd like to get you to safety as soon as possible.
Agreed.
I don't know if that's possible anymore to find safety, but a town does sound nice.
Anything is better than tarps.
Apparently. And you continue down the trail to Waldsby. Nadia finally leads you into a small village on the northeastern edges of the Horwood Forest. Welcome to Waldsby. Come with me. I will provide a place for you to rest while you're in town.
Thank you.
Thank you.
You see a few villagers come up to the men traveling with Nadia and greet them, hug them, welcome them home. The same for Nadia, but no hugs. Most greetings for her seem warm and professional, like the people in Waldsby look up to her and depend on her. None of them are speaking common, though. It doesn't take long before you notice that many villagers are also staring at you, pointing and whispering concernedly, leading children away. It doesn't appear that the outfits Nadia provided you have really sold your new disguises to the locals. Others seem intrigued, hoping you're new merchants, bringing fresh wares from the south to trade. As you walk through the center of town with Nadia, I need everyone to roll a perception check. And I'm actually going to show you something on roll 20.
Chip's A-okay with these people looking at him. He's 7 feet tall and 300 pounds. People have been watching him for decades.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, I can only imagine. So I've brought you over on roll 22 the map of Waldsby. What was everyone's perception check?
10.
17.
9.
Astrid, it's you that notices it, but you hear drumming coming from a building near the town square. And you're looking around for which building it's coming from. And you happen to notice the statue in the middle of the town square. If it's not the same statue, it's definitely made by the same sculptor. You look around you and realize how eerily similar Waldsby is
I
to
was gonna
Heldred.
say that. It looked exactly the same.
Wow.
Oh.
But you'll have to find out who's doing the drumming next week.
No!
Where is Miyuki?
She's probably doing the drumming.
Oh, I hope. That's a good observation.
Oh my goodness.
It's a lot of fun.
Wow.
I had a ton of fun tonight, you guys.
Yes.
I just want to say thank you guys for watching. If you just joined us this week, don't worry. Remember, you can see all of our other previous sessions on YouTube and on Twitch as VODs. You are also more than welcome to join our Discord, chat with us, chat with these players, find out all their secrets. Tell them that they can't make grapple attacks as attacks of opportunities. Tell them, because, I need some help, because they're crazy. Please help me.
It doesn't make any sense.
Well, it doesn't matter. Anyway, doesn't matter if it makes sense or not. If you enjoyed tonight, we also have 5 other nights of programming on the DAT network. Tomorrow, we have Tales of Ravnica. Wednesday, Bedlam and Discord, where you can catch Katie playing again. Thursday, Rise of the Rent Lords, GM'd by Ben, and I'll be playing in that. Friday, DAT Heroic Endeavors, GM'd by Evil Jim Jam himself. And then Saturday, we have Crag Stravaganza in the morning and Things in Space, our Starfinder show, with Ben GMing, Katie and I will be playing. And then you have one day to gather yourself and rest until you see Crits and Giggles again next Monday. Yeah? We'll see you then, you guys. Have a great week.
Bye.